Hello and welcome back to rollxplay, where we roll dice and play games. That's right, it's in the name, it's what we do. Easy peasy to remember. Now follow and subscribe. You've joined us for our weekend campaign, Still Hearts. This is our chapter number 2 of our campaign on Sundays. We are at episode 11. We are getting into the crux of kind of a big important moment for the story, I'd say. We do have a one person down today. Unfortunately, Leona could not join us, but everyone else is here and accounted for. Robbie, if you could give us a little quick teaser and reminder as to where we were, that would be excellent.
You got it, boss. So, last session, the group split into 3. So we have the sneaky, stealthy first people going in first, which is Finel, Thorn, and Co. And then we have the distraction group led by Sienna and a bunch of people that if I were to name all of them, we would be here all day. Um, that came in second, and then third is the charisma persuasion team slash sexy team, which is led by Ven, Mobius, and a couple of other people as well that are coming in last. And from the first point of view, the sneaky team, they've came across some monsters, scaled a wall, and are now already inside the city. The distraction team also ran into some people, some kind of forest rangers, and were apprehended in some sort of way at least. While the persuasion team ran into a wild woman who may or may not be Olianna's daughter, the person who we are trying to get a hold of and beat up.
Yep, yeah. The
Yeah,
up bit,
yeah,
it's a lot to...
yeah. There were some disagreements, there were some discoveries, but now I believe everyone will be entering the city collectively. And that's where we ended off.
Pretty much. Thank you very much, Robbie. So, as Robbie had said, it is now, as we come to almost a point in time where everyone is sort of on the same wavelength. There may be a little bit disparity of maybe an hour between some of these groups, but the story is almost taking place simultaneously. We are going to focus first and foremost with both Ven and Mobius. The two of you, with your cart alongside Ribbon, Phoebe, and Ferahai, have been kind of going around. And what are your plans now after having left the girl behind to run into the woods? It is getting darker and darker. You know that these woods aren't necessarily safe from what Mobius has told you. So it is up to you on what you do next. What's your plan?
I believe we said that we will be continuing on until we get into the city to at least meet up with everyone or see what the situation is.
Okay. I would like for one of you, whoever is leading the charge, to roll a survival check as you navigate towards the town. There are no signs anywhere for where the town is. There is a loose road, but it is pitch black since it is so dark. I will say there is a faint bit of aurora borealis sort of lights in the air that are kind of creating this color scheme, but it doesn't help in terms of seeing and navigating your way through.
I believe Ven is riding the cart, but he would be asking Mobius to help a little bit with directions.
Okay.
Just in case.
Yes, sir.
So you can either roll individually, or you can roll one of you at advantage.
You want to roll with advantage, Robbie, or?
Sure, because I do have a +8 to survival.
+8!
Damn!
Fucking hell, have you cleaned your eyes?
24.
24, okay. You find the path. Now here's a question. You do find the main path to follow. Would you like to continue on that path, or would you like to take some sort of B road instead?
I believe the plan was that we are entering the city with the story that we are some sort of elderly caretakers, and that one person, an elderly man, was said to have gotten lost or something along those lines that Mobius is taking care of, and we're going to go look for them and care for them. So I feel like we should go on the main road, but then we'll consult with everyone else. Maybe Mobius has insights on which path is better.
Wait. Let me think. Because I feel like, considering we're not trying to look suspicious, we should just take the main road. We have nothing to hide. We're the good guys. We're like nice.
Insert meme.
Exactly, because we're good guys.
Are we the baddies? Are we the
No.
goodies?
Well, is there any guards that we should expect going through the main road? Do you remember when you were leaving?
DM?
You can roll a history check at advantage.
No.
No.
Yeah, anything
no,
but that.
not a history check.
No,
My worst
I can't-
stat.
I can't quite remember what their
28?
hair color was, but
We'll
It was
figure it
definitely brown. You, thinking back in your records, Mobius, as to the town where you had come from originally, you are picking upon some of the sort of patterns that the town represented. There were these stations, these towers that go along the way. There are some on the main road. The place is well protected enough that the main road is probably the safest option, especially with the lingering presence of these creatures that seem to be wandering the woods. So the main path seems to be the best way. You also know that typically there aren't many foreigners that tend to come in, like tradesmen or travelers, so the city itself is pretty self-contained. But with the time you've spent there, you wouldn't have seen many new people coming in and out, so you don't know what the procedure is there. But in the grand scheme of things, it's a town. If it gets dark at night, they're almost obliged to bring you in without any sort of hassle, because they'll be leaving you to die otherwise. So
yeah. So I mean, the main road is definitely the safest. There are some outposts, but considering it's this close to dark, yeah, probably going to let us in, or not probably, most likely, considering everything that's in the forests.
All right, then the main road it is.
okay. Going along the main road with your survival check, you can see the presence of these creatures that were aforementioned. In fact, you get closer and closer to what you can see is the edges of the mountain where Siftos is on the other side of. The borders are on the first element of it. To get to Siftos, you have to go through the mountain. So the borders are the first sort of barrier of defense, and then you have to cross through if you want to go into Siftos proper. But you can't even make it to the borders because at the gates, at these large walls, there are these lingering monsters that glow and have this sort of vibrancy to them. They shamble and move akin to a zombie horde of some kind. They have completely surrounded the exterior of the walls. They don't seem to be attacking, but they are blocking the entire entry in. You perceive for a moment just to see what the state and condition is, and where it stands at the moment, there's no real way to get to the borders without going through these creatures, which there are a fair number of. There's more than maybe 50 lingering and of different sizes and different sort of shapes and etymology. So unfortunately, you cannot get past. However, you do feel safe that at the moment and where you are, there are none of these creatures present.
Yay?
Yay.
Yay!
What the fuck do we do now? In his head, thanks for the heads up, guys. So this is just by going by the main road, or if we took the other road, it would probably be the same.
These creatures seem to be
situation.
wrapping all the way around the walls, and there is a bit of a buffer between basically the walls of the town as well as where the forest sort of like gets thinner and thinner. There is an open space, but that open space is filled with these monsters. Now, because you are taking some time to look around, you can see there are guards on those kind of walls, there are guards on top of their stations, looking down and readying with attacks, but none of them are attacking, nor do they look like they're going to encroach onto these creatures either. It seems that there is a stalemate, and they are there just watching and perceiving to see what will happen next with this horde. But it doesn't look like they're going to be going anywhere anytime soon.
How far away are the guards from me, would you say?
We'll say because of the distance from the forest and a safe enough sort of parameter from these creatures, maybe about over, we'll say 1,000 feet.
Damn, okay. Is there a way? Can I speak through my familiar?
Does it say in the description you can? You can cast spells through your familiar.
Good thing, good. Oh, hold on. Find dog. I went to items instead of spells.
Is there anything you want to do, Mobius, seeing this as well?
That's a great question. Is there anything because I don't feel like attacking the things is smart. Or is there like a way to spook them off, maybe?
Perhaps. That's something for you to think about if you want to cause a distraction of any kind.
Okay, can I see? They're like you said around the main road. They're not on it. Like, is there something keeping them away? Like, can I look around maybe?
Roll an Arcana check.
Okay.
Wow.
Jesus.
You, taking in this situation where it stands, all of these creatures seem to be walking around aimlessly, but there is a pull. There is some sort of, like a tether that is almost calling for them and bringing them in. You can almost feel it on the air, since there is this almost distorted sense of the reality around you. You see breakages in space and kind of these fairy lights, to put it lightly, kind of cascading and disappearing. Perhaps there is something tied to those that have created these creatures. But these creatures, they seem to be coming from the woods, and more of them, not many, but we'll say 5 more in the span of you waiting and planning, emerge and gather and place themselves amongst this horde. And they all seem to have a purpose and a direction of that forward towards the mountain. Now, if that means something's calling to them, if something is disrupting, if that's their interest, if it's the mountain itself, if it's the town, if it's whatever, you're unsure of, but they've gathered here with purpose for a reason. There isn't normally this many in one place.
Okay. I'm just gonna like relay that information over to Ben.
Have you ever dealt with these creatures? Have you seen them before? Or is it just based on you reading about them?
Have I seen them before when I was arriving and or / leaving? Because
for the time that you've spent in this town, you have never seen one ever. But the day that you left, you had seen something which resembled one of these creatures. And that was the only sighting that you've ever seen of them.
Only once, when I was leaving. I've been here a while, and yeah, just that one time. Not sure why exactly. Might be something about, I don't know.
Do you think a distraction would work then? Or is it worth contacting the guards?
We should probably contact the guards. I'm gonna assume they have more knowledge in dealing with them.
Okay. I am gonna summon my familiar as a little birdie.
What type of bird?
Crow, why not? And gonna write a small message on a piece of parchment because I can't speak through it after a certain distance.
Sure.
So he's gonna write, we are just on the outskirts of the forest. How do we get past these creatures? We just want shelter for the night. A group of travelers and medics. Help, thanks.
Okay.
And then
Can
send
you-
it off.
Can the group of you roll stealth checks, as you are kind of spending a bit of time here before a message is written, then sent, then perhaps delivered. So there is some time spent. I will roll for those two as well.
Gulp. I will re-roll with the plus 10. 17.
Okay. In general, not very good.
Mine is a
you-
plus 10 because I re-rolled the thing,
So
so
17.
17. Yes.
Yeah. Again, there was a 3
Oh,
in there as well.
Yeah.
fuck.
So Ferahai and Mobius aren't the quietest in this moment. Meanwhile, the other two, they're kind of holding it together, just observing and prevailing. You write the letter, you put it onto your crow, and send the crow out. What sort of task are you giving the crow? Are you trying to target anyone in particular, or the first guard that they come across?
First, non-irritated guard, they say.
Okay.
Friendly looking guard.
Sure. Can you roll a perception check then for the crow?
Right. I use my stats or its stats? Again?
Its stats if you're not looking through and controlling it yourself.
Fuck. Is there a crow in D&D? That's a good question.
It'll just be like a +2 or something.
You never know. You never know. Oh, there is a crow. They have a +3.
Okay.
Because they're proficient. Nice. You go, crow. You go.
Let's go.
11.
11.
11.
You send the crow out because of the darkness of the area. The crow just eventually vanishes and you cannot see it. You just hope that it's at least found or finding something. The rest of you wait and hope that it's sometime soon. But the longer you wait, the more of these creatures begin to kind of not surround you, but they begin to walk idly away from the wall and encroaching into your spot. So you're having to like hide yourselves, be a bit more sneaky, move around, which there are close calls, but for the time being, you are clear. We're going to jump to the others. We're going to jump to Thorn and Fennell. You guys have just climbed the this cliff face where the wind is now howling through the hole you have found. The surroundings are still quite slick, but you've had a moment to gather your breath, and now you have kind of dried off most of the kind of brine that had sprayed onto you as you were climbing the wall. It was a heavy task, and you are now trying to recover from it. We'll say you've had a short rest if you need to regain anything, but the tunnel is singular. There's nothing else within this room. Both Magna and Yishi are with you, and they are currently just catching their breath as well. Yishi needing less time, but she is still having to be weary. What would you guys like to do? What's your next moves?
For now, Thorn is trying to, like, while they're doing their rest, she's trying to look ahead to see, like, the best path to take. Also, she's trying to look for Furrow, because if I can remember, it was hinted that they were just a little past us.
Siltent.
So, Stilton. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said Furrow. That's my bad.
Horadon. Yeah. No worries.
Yeah. But yeah, so she's trying to find that, see if she can find the same path that they were on.
Can you roll a perception or investigation check, seeing as you're taking a bit of a point lead here? Fennel, is there anything you'd like to do?
Yeah, I kind of just want to... I don't know, I felt lucky about this cave, so I might go a little bit away from the group because I didn't really need the short rest as much as the others, so
Sure.
I might spend a little bit just delving a little bit in, but still keeping within hearing distance of the group that sat down.
Okay. Then, as we'll say for the time being, Fennel takes a little bit of a forward step into the space to give you the information you need. Fennel taking this sort of, it's not necessarily a downward trajectory, it's bumpy, it's not a smooth sort of descent. You do eventually come across the splitting into the stonework, where it does begin to go off into different chutes. It seems that there is one kind of path where a lot of this sort of salt water would have carried and then descended downwards through erosion. So there is a hole that is more smooth than everywhere else that is going in a downward trajectory, almost like a straight pit. Meanwhile, to the right, there is a bit more of a sort of gradual climb now, and it is drier than the other one. But the wind still howls through both of them, creating this high-pitched whistling. So unfortunately, you cannot really hear anything past this point, just through the nature of the gap. If you were to block the wind in some way, perhaps you'll be able to hear better. But as the time stands now and the sort of weather outside, it's pretty difficult to gain at least a audible sense of what's ahead. You could try and go forward further, but that will mean you're relying on your perception rather than your hearing.
No, okay, I won't really got anything to block the wind, so
Okay.
I'll head back. Just make sure the group stays together.
Okay. As you return back, Thorn, you are trying to figure out if there are any sort of imprints or indentations left behind by anyone who could have climbed through this space as well, to follow a path, any sort of path. You're clutching at straws to try and find where Horavan/Siltent may have ended up. Unfortunately, you can't find anything that seems of sort of definitive markings. But I will say that this space itself has also seen creatures of long ago probably clamber through in and out. Nothing recently, but from the erosion kind of giving away, it's almost like fossilized prints left behind. You can find that sort of like layers stripped back. There are what looks like talons in some areas, or like pointed claws dragging their way through. Not overly large, but big enough. So you see these sorts of creatures have probably been through here at some point, but quite a while ago, leaving it quite empty. That's why there's also not much of a smell here either. If creatures were here that did not care about their cleanliness, you'd probably smell that there was some sort of hive or some sort of nest here, but it doesn't seem to be the case. But you're still left with the chute going straight down, or that dry path that continues on the same level as where you are now.
And none of us can... We don't have anything that can, like, go down the chute before us? No? Like,
Not
no
really.
familiars?
You do see Yishi will kind of put their hand up. I can go down and see where it leads.
could be more dangerous than the trek ahead. We don't know yet.
But what if both options are important? What if we need to go both ways? We don't really know where
You
we're
wanna-
going.
I don't think splitting up is a good option.
Well, we're already quite split now. Everyone else is gone. It's just us. The caves are small. I don't know.
Thorn's gonna look over to Fennel, not saying anything, but just silently asking what he thinks.
I'd rather keep us together as well. I'd suggest we all go together, and if the normal path seems not the right way, maybe we come back to the crevice.
Sounds
Okay.
like a good deal.
Sounds like a plan. Then please lead ahead. Which one of you are point manning it? Thorn? Okay.
I will.
Thorn, if you could roll a survival check as you are kind of taking the
Yeah.
surroundings down this path. You have gone for the dry path, so there is no need to roll for any sort of dexterity saving throws or any kind, because it is just a regular cave system, really. Traveling into it, you get the sense that there's nothing that you need to be wary of. Yet the cave, this tunnel that you are traversing, is quite long. The mountain was huge from the outset. And this sort of cave system seems to be wrapping around in different areas. So as soon as you turn back, you can't really see the entrance in which you came from because it's all twisted and turned. So you're not sure what point you're kind of looking at, whether you're looking north, east, south. It's all kind of turned around a little bit too much to where you lose track of your kind of cardinal points. But it doesn't matter. There's only one way to go. It's either ahead or you can come back where you came from. Continuing on the straight path, it does at one point seem to be getting a little bit wider, as though something has carved into the walls and has made it so. You can see these heavy claw marks, like an actual creature that can burrow and bury themselves underneath the earth has carved and created this now more wider space. And it continues to widen and continues until it almost plateaus into this larger cavern space. Here, you can see what looks like a built-up space. There are actual furniture. There is pieces of structure that have been put together and seem to be well maintained to the point that people have been in this space and probably use this space fairly often. There are drying racks, tanning racks. There are elements of wood that have been put together and have been used to bolster and hold this thin sort of fabric. It looks like cotton at the very beginning, like a thread of cotton has been stretched out, yet the stretched cotton has this sort of ethereal sort of light to it, as though your finger could probably pass through without issue. There is another one of those sorts of racks that has a spindle next to it, and it looks as though it is in the middle, probably 1/3 of the way of putting some sort of wide scarf together out of this same material, held there and just kind of left in progress. There are also barrels and other sorts of elements. This place looks like a crafter's area, using materials that you're not too familiar with. But at the moment, it's empty. But it is certainly lived in. From this spot, there is a tunnel, a singular tunnel, that continues into the rest of this space. There are now torches illuminating the path ahead. This is a carved tunnel, and people come through in and out fairly often. At the moment, you cannot hear anyone on the other side because that wind is still sort of whistling, which is nice for you guys because you're not having to roll stealth checks, because the wind is kind of obfuscating some of your steps. But as soon as you go any further, you will need to be a bit more quiet. Anything you wish to do in this room?
Does it look like there's an obvious other entrance into this lived-in space
You can roll
other
an
than the one that
investigation
we've?
check.
Investigation. 9.
Okay. Looking around, you can see the hole that you came from has this sort of upholstery that could be rolled down like a blind to probably cover this sort of wind tunnel from breathing into this space. If that were to be down, this place would be nice and quiet, probably quite relaxing to be working in. The humidity in this room is also quite kind of wet. It's kind of gathered up the moisture quite a bit. So perhaps there is some other area element of water because the cave you'd walked through before was quite dry. In terms of other exits or entrances from this point, none that you can notice, except for there are some protrusions in the ceiling that look like tiny burrowed holes. But you can't really fit through them. It would need to be someone akin to the size of Yishi that could probably go through them. But those are the only sorts of exits, holes, any other paths that you can see. It is just another path ahead of you, which is singular. The path, I will say as well, it is in the open, so if you walk into there, there's nothing to hide behind. There's no boxes in the sort of corridors or anything like that. It's just a tunnel that just continues into probably another room similar to this or another larger room.
So the question is, do we want to send Yishi first? Because I'm not so sure about that.
If she's normally pretty good at hiding herself, do you think you'd be able to scout ahead to Yishi without being seen if someone was there?
I can do it. I can give it a shot. I can't make any promises, but I'll do it. I'll be sure to be quiet, be careful. If I hear anything, I'll come straight back.
Good.
Okay. Alright. Just don't go too far.
Okay. And she'll begin to just fly off into the air. Could one of you roll a d20 on behalf of Yishi, please? We'll say Frey. You can do it.
Thank God.
Okay. She has a decent stealth, so that's fine.
Worse.
She disappears. And you are left there to yourselves. Is there anything you do in this room whilst you're waiting?
Is there any loot? Any good loot in here?
Well, there was something about a special kind of scarf that's half done. But for now, there's nothing about magic, so he's probably just got.
What do you mean you know nothing about magic? You're learning about magic! You're learning about magic!
Fennell's learned a little bit from Ven, alright? He's not exactly like, oh yeah,
He knows
this
the
is exactly
basics.
this, that, yeah, no, I know exactly what this is, based on this and this.
Alright, fine. Well, then I'll go have a look at this weird scarf thing. Why not? Not like
Okay.
anything bad can happen.
Can you roll an Arcana or Investigation check? Depending on which one you choose will give you different information. So bear that in mind.
Oh, it's both of them are shit. Okay.
Hey,
I'll do this one. Yep.
Okay. With a 12, you look at the thread that's been used to weave this scarf, and you can see there are barrels of material here as well that has been gathered into these, like, essentially kind of like a knitter's sort of kit. You have all of these elements of cotton that have been gathered together, created into string, and are now being weaved into this kind of larger set of different items. You can see that there are also drawings of people that have kind of like left behind sketches of things to put together. Quickly looking through them, you can see that there is this scarf as a step-by-step process of how to make it, but also you can see different things on there as well. You can see the string is also used in elements of weapons. You can see a bow, crossbow and bow alike, have the string that is kind of affixed in a certain way, different from how you'd put together a normal bow to create this sort of thread. And you can see the origin for where this sort of silk is from. And you can see in the description doing like a quick light read. It's from a phasing spider, a phase spider. Phase spider
We're not
silk.
going down that tunnel, y'all. We're not going down that tunnel. If there's a spider down there, we're not going down there.
From
Go ahead, Max, sorry.
a quick glance of using your arcana, it looks like this kind of silk is used and maintains the properties of the actual spider itself. So if you were to use a bow, for example, the arrow which would be cast from it, or bolt, would gain the properties of piercing through not just material, actual magical barriers. It could phase through shields that have been cast by a mage. It can go through any sorts of magical armor that has been created instead of physical armor itself, including abjuration barriers. These used in a form of weaponry seem to be quite powerful, quite strong. In terms of physical sort of equipment or apparel, perhaps those similar tendencies could be passed over in a way of enchantment. Perhaps you could phase yourself using this sort of item. But these are all work in progress. There is nothing that is fully made, but I will say, in case you wanted it, there is material here if you wish to take it for yourself. Outside of that, there's nothing else here in this room. This is a place for working. There's not going to be roaming sort of gold and everything like that. This is just a practical space.
And you said that there's nobody that has been in here for quite some time, right? Or
In this room, it's hard to tell who was the last in, but it's trudged in enough, and it looks as though they wouldn't leave the sconces lit with flame if they weren't going to be coming in, because there is precious material that probably is flammable. So it gives you the idea that someone's at least been here within the last 20 minutes, and they probably wouldn't be any longer than an hour unless they returned. So,
but they come here frequently?
it seems that it could be one person, could be multiple. With the frequency of it, you would assume that it's probably multiple people that use this space.
Multiple. Okay. Man, I really want to steal this, but I have a feeling I'm gonna die. Okay.
Could take it.
Hold on now. How much could I take that it wouldn't seem like a lot is missing?
Okay. Well, I'll give you a number, and you can choose how
Okay.
many you take. There are bundles
Okay.
of 30 of this silk that are
30,
gathered
okay.
up. You can choose how much of that you wish to take.
30 is a lot. And it. So can I? Fuck it, I'll just take 10.
Okay.
Why not?
Do you have anywhere to
Although,
store
like,
it?
what's a discrete amount takes a third.
Have you got anywhere
Shush.
to store it?
I did get a sort of bag of holding thing that
You- Try to go into the bag of
then-
holding. It is closed. You cannot access your bag of
Right.
holding.
Right, I forgot about that.
If you
Look,
have,
why don't
like,
I give you a hand with taking some of it?
No, take your own. This is mine.
you can split
You're not
it
going to
between them if
manage
you
all
like.
10.
Say again?
You're not going to manage all 10. I'm offering to help you carry it.
Shifty eyes. He's like, fine. She'll give him 5.
Okay. Can the both of you roll 80-20? You want to roll
I
11 or
don't.
higher.
Okay, well,
That's 20 from Frey.
fuck you. Ah!
11. Brilliant.
Nice.
This is a
You-
scary game.
You pick up the threads that you have, these bundles, and you begin to pocket them. You have your bags on you. You don't just carry the bag of holding. You have like rucksacks, little haversacks, whatever. So you begin to put them in there. You do realize that handling this material seems almost like they themselves vibrate to a point where they feel as though they're going to phase out of your hand, or at least phase and disappear elsewhere. But luckily, they do not. And they kind of rest in your bag and anywhere you put them. But it does look like handling these things is probably a higher bit of work of art that is needed, rather than just grab material and use. It seems a bit more finite and precise.
My hand feels like it's burning. What about you?
No, perfectly fine. I don't know what you're on about.
At this point,
Are you allergic to this stuff?
Am I? Good question. Am I getting a allergic reaction from spider silk?
roll a d100. No, don't do that.
Ah.
No, you're not. You anticipate for Yishi's arrival, but we're going to jump to the others whilst you are waiting.
No. Cliffhanger.
Ven and Mobius, the two of you, alongside both Phoebe and Farahai, are, as well as Ribbon, waiting tentatively. At this point now, you've probably waited about 10 minutes, as you can now feel the lingering presence of these creatures now shambling in your direction. These kind of sorts of gargling noises that never have the same pitch. Some of them are higher, some of them are lower, some of them seem to be guttural, but they're all almost kind of warbling in how they sound. It's kind of never quite solid from coming either single one. You feel they're beginning to encroach. Are you guys going to do anything about it? And that is...
Kill Arthas. Killing.
Kill them. Kill them all.
Self-destruct.
You want to kill me?
Turn
Suck
around,
it.
look carefully to Mobius. Could your little bird owl peacock friend maybe cause a distraction a bit away from us? Or you have something similar to it? If not, I can think of something, but...
I mean, we can try. I'm just... Oh, okay. Let's try. Can I, like... Okay, just a second. Let me find the little familiar thing. Not familiar homunculus, I am. Okay. Can I, like... I'm assuming there's some sort of a rock. Just, like, give Bob a rock and then send him, like, a bit away and just, like, have him chuck it into the bushes or something.
Sure. I will say as well, there is an abandoned guard tower that seemed to have been manned before, but in the appearance of all of these creatures, they probably retreated back to the town. That is a sort of space that is open and would probably bring more eyes than just throwing a rock into the woods. So if you wish to do something with that as well, that is probably more of a beneficial option.
Oh. So, okay.
Something that makes noise.
Noise.
You can still drop the rock around that area, but at least it will kind of like pull focus more than just dropping it into like an ocean, you know?
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, we're gonna use that tower. And we're gonna... Oh.
Can you cast spells through the little guy?
Little fellow.
Yes. But he must be within 120 feet of me, so...
How far is the tower?
It's about that, we'll say.
Okay.
Have like thought... Oh, go ahead.
I mean, I have fucking prestidigitation, so maybe. No, wait. Why did I think that was the fucking? Is thaumaturgy the other one? The
Thaumaturgy
fucking
is like concussive sounds.
the boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prestidigitation can also make.
It can make like
More softer sounds.
visual. Yeah,
Yeah.
and also like visual effects. No, he can just go there and cause a ruckus, man. Like,
Yeah.
Just like cawing.
yeah, and just like throwing. I mean, it's a guard outpost, so I assume there's items inside, so just like throw shit around.
Okay. Could you roll a performance check for your homunculus, please?
Performance check. Wait, let me see.
How
Performance.
performative is your owl?
No, wait. They have a -2 in charisma, so.
Yikes.
Way.
So 14, is that? Or no, because
Yeah,
it's
so it
plus...
was. Yeah, so that was 14, so that would be a 12.
Oh no, not yet.
Okay.
I mean, it's above.
Does
half,
the
right?
homunculus add your like proficiency or something to rolls? Is that something, or I'm just trying to make sure?
In skills, it's like for fucking perception and stealth, you
Okay.
add your bonus, and also like the senses, but
Sure.
not for stuff like this,
Okay.
unfortunately.
We'll say it's enough to draw some attention. As your owl Bob flies over with a rock in hand, slams it against the side of the tower. Dong! It just lands and thuds. One of the creatures turns around, nothing really to bring its attention. Bob then descends into it. You hear some pots and pan sounds as though he's going through like elements of metal, probably armor that's been left. And then eventually you hear this ting, 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 just this heavy repetitive sound that just begins to echo from this tower. As it begins to draw the ire of some of these creatures, Ven, since you're keeping an eye out, you can see that at one of these kind of guard stations, a light has been placed in front of a focus, in front of this sort of like glass focus, and is now shined down onto the path in front. They haven't pinpointed where you are, but they seemingly are making a line to show where to go. The path itself that they have shown does have a few enemies and creatures still roaming through, but it is a lesser space of creatures. You can try and take the moment and rush it as quick as you can. And you also notice that guards are manning the towers as well. Kind of just all waiting for that sort of journey in. They've taken the sound bite as time to act, and now they are acting.
Is there a visible torch on the abandoned tower or something flammable-ish?
We'll say there is, sure. Yeah. We'll say there's one that wasn't snuffed out.
I'll do with like a subtle spell a firebolt to try to light it to gain more traction towards it, and then start
Can
running
you
the
roll
cart.
a charisma check then?
Sure. 16,
Okay.
boss.
The flame basically catches a bit more, and then just almost like throwing gasoline onto a pre-existing fire, just shoots off into the air, creating this smoke and flame. The creatures don't seem to react to the actual presence of fire, but that burst of arcana you see, many of them begin to, like a sea, cascade down towards where that wall is, and they all begin to alert in that sort of order. Now they all begin to shamble towards the tower with this hastedness, and some of them slower than others. But now the path that you are trying to go down, or at least being guided by, seems to be clear. Clearer than before. There are still 2 or 3 lingering creatures, but you can probably navigate those fairly quickly by horse and cart.
Got it!
Book it! Book it!
Book it!
you go as fast as you can with the horse and cart in tow. I would like you to roll a animal handling check to see how well you can do. If you have proficiency in vehicle and land vehicles, you may do so with that instead.
Oh Lord. Wait.
Okay.
Not bad. Let's go.
And remind me, you have Duncan, right? And the Shadow Horse, or do you just have the Shadow Horse with you? I forget.
I think it's Duncan and the Shadow Horse.
Yeah, I think it was
thought
both.
so.
The other group has Beetle.
Okay, both of them running as fast as they can, pulling the cart. At points, they have to take quick turns as these creatures almost lash out with appendages that seem to almost push out from their corpse. There is almost these extra arms and tendrils that just try and reach out and grab you, but the cart swerves and skeets towards the sides, left and right, dodging them. As you take a kind of harsh left turn to get back on track, you see the door begins to open from where the gate is, and all of the soldiers along the wall are currently readying their weapons pointing down. You see a larger creature, bulbous in its kind of upper shoulder and lower torso, begins to stand and impede the path. Is there anything you guys want to do, as it's kind of like blocking your path at this point?
Just run it over.
This is a show of dominance. I won't move either. No. Well, they seem to have been attracted to magic specifically and sound. Can I do like a little thaumaturgy just a little bit to the left?
Okay. Bear in mind, cantrips aren't necessarily the most potent of magic, but
Fine.
you can give it a try. You can give it a try.
Wait.
That's why I ask you to roll charisma whenever you do it, because to show its potency.
Well, I don't want to really do an attacky spell, but I'm gonna do Rhymes Finding Ice.
Okay. In the same instance, since this is happening simultaneously, Mobius, is there anything you want to do?
Oh Lord. That's a great question. Is there anything I can do?
You're Mobius. You can do anything.
Go.
Would it be crazy to put haste on one of the horse? Can you imagine?
On Duncan, as he just like turns into a bullet train.
Yeah.
We just fly over the creature.
Wee. Wait,
Is that what you want to do?
Can we combine these two things and with Rhymes Binding Ice create like a little slope?
Little fucking slope.
You can if you want to.
Can we rule of cool
Sure,
this?
yeah, of course you can.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
I
I'm.
would also need to make a Constitution saving
Con save.
throw.
You got it.
Yes.
17. Okay.
It takes 3d8 points of cold damage.
Okay.
And also can't move for the next minute, or its movement speed is 0, basically.
Gotcha. Very good. You see the creature takes it as this wall, basically a kind of carpet of ice is created and kind of goes over the creature, encasing it, elements of it into this ice. You do see, as it's trying to break free and almost impede the horses further, there is this influence to the right of you where you can see Phoebe, no hand gesture, no sort of gesture at all, is seemingly restraining the creature and pulling them down into the ground. You watch as the almost space around the creature warbles for a moment as they are being crushed. There is a large sort of central eye that begins to glow and grow brighter as it just almost inflates like a balloon on its body, and that just pops as it just continues to now push and push down. Mobius, you cast haste. Is that
Haste on fucking Duncan.
Okay. Duncan and just flies up.
Okay.
The speed of which is very fast, but also very dangerous for the cart. Could one of you roll a d20, please? to
Don't
see the
fucking
state of
crash
the
my
cart?
horse like you guys crashed the fucking snail or whatever. Please
Guys,
don't do that.
guys, I'm gonna
We?
fucking fix
Who's we?
the cart again. Don't worry about it.
He's breaking the
Do
fucking
you want
sound
to do it? Do you
barrier.
want me to do it?
Okay, wait, who's gonna do it?
You do it.
Do you want to do it? Okay.
No.
It's your spell. You do it.
Okay,
I
boss.
believe in you. I believe in you. I am
Don't kill my horse.
Fuck.
Oh, my horse is dead.
All right. You jump up and over the ramp as Duncan is now leading the charge. The shadow horse that was conjured by Ven gets caught within the sort of windings of all of this, not able to keep up with the speed, and you see it just disappear completely. Now Duncan is the only one manning the horse, and it has enough power to kind of get you over and across. The cart itself, after landing, you hear this kind of like bending. Some of the bottom tray begins to collapse in, and now you're just seeing this element of dirt just kick up inside of the cart. But the large gate opens, and you find yourself running through and in as the gate now closes. With the sort of sparks of energy and arcana, you notice that some of the creatures are now beginning to turn back to the wall after having destroyed the guard tower completely. The guard tower lands and thuds into the forest, breaking away elements of the different kind of trees here. As it happens, you enter the town. It's all a bit of a kind of quick succession of things that happen next. You see guards begin to intersect, curious and careful as to what's going on. The cart is in slight tatters, but still functional, as all of you are now exiting the cart to see what's going on and what's to happen next. In all of this chaos, as guards intersect and you hear the falling of the guard tower behind you, you hear there is a moment of silence amongst all of the guards as there is just a stillness. The sound of those creatures lessens. And there is a look of fear amongst most of these guardsmen here. And you just hear underneath the breath of one of them, "Sir, it was the Baron. I saw them. They were there, in the woods." Do you guys wish to do anything?
Sorry, the Baron.
Oh, do you mean? Can we log out? Can we?
Alt F4.
Escape.
Is that something we should be worried about? Do we need another really big distraction?
More than that?
I am asking the guards.
Oh, the
Oh,
guards.
you're asking the guards. I thought you were talking to Mobius.
Yes.
They don't really pay attention to you because as soon as that's mentioned to the guard who hasn't seen it, they shift their attention through the wooden gate, and you can see they are kind of looking towards something. They are seemingly taken aback, as though seeing a ghost for the first time ever.
I take a peek.
Sure. You take a peek. Would you like to roll a perception check?
Yes. I don't take a peek.
Okay.
Eyes wide shut.
You try to look through, but by the time you do, you can only see what is the sort of halo of the light that surrounds these same creatures in that space before it just fades away and it is gone within the sea of monsters that also head into the woods. The town is now no longer surrounded by these creatures, but there's still that silence, as all of these guards have seen something that they probably fear the most here, for some reason. Yet, no more attacks, nothing else happens, and you are free. free until the guards now turn their attention to you. One of them holding the letter that you had written walks over. You see a human figure, probably about in their 30s or so, kind of speckled sort of pepper and salt sort of hair. They walk over with an eerie look. Was this one of you that had given me this message?
Yeah.
Hands it back to you. Why were you in the woods?
Traveling to here?
He looks over at the group of you. For what reason?
Turns to Mobius.
Hello. Does he look familiar at all? Maybe somebody I.
He doesn't look familiar, no.
I am one of. I mean, I live here. I came back to town. Maybe you've heard of me. I'm Mobius. I take care of the elderly, usually. And we're just here for that reason.
Can you roll a persuasion check?
Persuasion check. Chat, if something bad happens, I'm using my 10. I'm
Oh,
using
no.
my 10. Wow.
Okay. So 15. You
Is it a reroll plus 10? Or do you just
or
add?
using it like a artificer feature, because I believe there's an artificer feature
Oh,
that allows you to add
okay.
10.
Got you.
Is Alex muted?
No, I'm here.
Okay. Do you use a plus 10 or are you re-rolling?
I'm re-rolling. I wanted to.
Okay.
Because a 5 is embarrassing.
Oh yeah, we all agree.
Oh,
So it's 18.
18?
18. That's still embarrassing, but it's.
You speak with conviction, knowing that you are telling the truth. It is easier to persuade someone into your narrative. But there's still confusion on his face. Okay. Well, perhaps it is because I am new at the guard, but I have not seen your face before. And nor do I think... I thought I would have, but small circles, perhaps. Look, are you here to cause trouble, or are you here just for looking after the elderly? I need you to speak seriously with me now. And he
Oh
looks to
Lord.
everyone.
This feels like one of those. The guard will remember this.
From what Mobius told us, this man that we're taking care of has had some memory issues. So we've just been trying to help with that. And maybe see the city, but that's about it.
Well, I'll be honest, there's not
Yes.
much to see here. But if you are here for someone, and your intentions are good, we have a lot in our hands at the moment. But please, if you could report back to me, tomorrow perhaps, or to my supervisor, probably even better, that would be ideal.
Mhm.
At the moment we have quite a few reprobates. So, questioning, you are off lightly today.
Thank you, sir.
Not a problem.
Thank you.
But please, tomorrow afternoon, try and find Jorn in the garrison. I will mention that you four have passed through. If you do not turn up, a search will be warranted.
Okay.
All right. Is this normal procedure, generally?
We don't typically get guests or people ever wanting to come to this town. So, no, not procedure because it never happens.
All right, fair enough. Have a good evening, if you're free to go, that is.
You are. And as well to you. Have a good evening. And he'll just kind of go back to his whatever job he was carrying out before.
Mm-hmm.
People now begin to prepare kind of like a makeshift team to go out with carpentry tools to try and repair the guard tower that had fallen, or at least scavenge some elements of it, as now the flames that were there before are beginning to catch a light into different areas as they are beginning to like get out and try and fix the issue. But you are free to go, and the four of you can roam the town proper. Whilst you think about what to do or where you're heading to next, we will jump to the others, both Thorn and Fennel. You're waiting tentatively for Yishi's arrival. You see a shadow coming down the hall, and then a small figure comes through. You see Yishi fly in. Oh, there's quite a lot out there. Different rooms. The cave system opens up. There's some things to hide behind if we need to. But people are coming and going. It's quite busy. But it's getting late in the evening and people seem to be heading off at least. It seems that perhaps a shift has been finished. So I think this place is going to get shut up soon. But they are going through room to room, making sure and closing everything off. So they're going to come in here next at some point. We can either go through into that room and try and hide and wait it out, or we can try and think of something else. I don't know.
We want to go back into the cave and wait until nightfall.
Oh, because there could be a big ass fucking spider in there. I don't want to deal with that. I think it's better if we just try and hide.
Should we try hide here or go into the other room? There were some more options to hide there. Here, it's barrels and tables, and I don't know, I could probably hide, but the rest of you might struggle.
Well, let's go into the other room then.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go first, and I'll give you the all clear. Let's go in together. And she'll begin to fly ahead, keeping an ear out. Both of you can also roll perception checks, or investigation if you wish. Depending on which one you use will give you different sort of an understanding of what's happening. Okay.
Oh.
Very good. Covering both bases. You work together to figure out that this is some sort of facility. This is an area where weavers and people who work perhaps in the town come to do their job. As you leave this spot and go into the next, you can see that it's now signposted and kind of more organized than the previous room. There is an open space here with large crates and seemingly gathered materials that are placed in bunches. There are areas that are cordoned off and cut up to kind of represent what is where, that kind of like segment it to not have the room all cluttered and as one thing piled on top of the other. It looks like you're leaving the weaving room. There is also an offshoot that you can see from the sort of hallway that you walk from, which is a den for the phase spiders. They seemingly cultivate them. They have a nest here of phase spiders and they seemingly farm them, perhaps for their silks and anything else that they can probably get from the actual spiders themselves. But in this larger room, you see there's offshoots to different areas, but there's a fair bit of space you can kind of hide within. At the moment, there are 3 people in this large space, and the room is about 150 feet in radius, and it's quite tall up as well. It's quite high. There are different elevations and different sort of plateaus, but for the most part, there are a fair few areas to hide. Now, from this room in particular, the offshoots are the one you just came from. There's another one across the way, which they both seem fairly similar. So you're assuming the one opposite you is going to be something akin to what you've just been in, perhaps another tailor's or sort of artisan's area. But to your left, there is a larger sort of exit to this place. And you can see there are kind of like elements of do not pass, do not enter. It seems like there is almost a border control further in down this larger exit. And you can see that probably leads to Siftos proper, to the actual city behind the mountain. The opposite side of that, to your right, is cascading down. It seems to be some sort of staircase leading further down into the mountain, but it also probably leads to the town, the borders itself. So you can either continue into the city, continue back to the borders and into the rest of the mountain, or you can hide within this space or go down the other offshoot. Those are your options that are present. At the moment, you feel fairly confident that you could probably hide in this space, as there are no sort of alerts of guards. There's no one actively looking for people. So what do you want to do?
Are there a lot of guards?
There's 3 people roaming around. I wouldn't say they're guards necessarily. They are probably workers here, but because this town sees a lot of danger, the general population is going to be of a higher skill level than from where you probably originate from.
Sure.
Everyone has like a basic training that is a higher training than probably what you're used to. So they carry around weapons. They seem strong enough that they could probably take you on a 1v1, even though these aren't actual guards. They don't seem to possess anything on them, and they look like they're from the town, so no real magic to them either. But since you asked about guards specifically, down towards the entrance of Siftos, you can see that there is a large hovering orb in the sort of archway above, and there are 2 guards left and right of it, and they are both elven descent.
Okay.
A lot to
So we
note. So if you have
probably
any
want to.
questions.
Okay, so we probably want to exit the other way.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's a good idea.
So maybe hide for now and wait for the area to clear.
Perfect, yeah.
All right.
Right.
And then
Let's
if
do
we have to sneak out of here, then that's what we got to do.
Okay. Then, as you find spaces within this area to hide better, you may have to kind of like split off to like better cover the space, because if you're all in one, it'll be harder to cover. So you find crates, you find barrels, you find tarpaulins, anything you can to kind of keep yourself quiet. With that in mind, I'd like you all to roll a stealth check at advantage, since they aren't sort of alert to anything. You do have advantage on the rolls. Jesus.
Holy shit.
Well, I rolled an
Holy
8.
shit. Go fuck yourself. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Sorry.
Okay. Very good rolls all across the board. You, Fennel, you hide behind a tarpaulin against the wall and kind of place yourself within it, a comfortable position to hide behind. Thorn, you gain a bit more elevation, seeing that there is a spot that they've already cleared and emptied and kind of won't be returning back to. So you find a spot that is comfortable enough and can have like a bit of an overview of the space as well. Meanwhile, both Magna and Yishi find spots in between. Yishi hides behind a few bottles, just kind of like stacked together, and she just kind of like sits there for a bit. Magna almost melds into the shadows that are within a couple of barrels and just kind of hides there. You just see his panther-like eyes just staring back, and then as he closes them, there's no more light. So everyone is kind of hidden in this moment. Time passes by, and you can hear the footsteps of people walking past. One person in particular seems to emerge from the Siftos region, and kind of walk from that area into this now open space. And you can see that he's walking around. Darker complexion, long sort of dark hair that is bound together in a sort of kind of woven as one. I forget, is it bead? What's it called?
Braid.
Braid, yes. There we are. Words, too many words to say. And a
It's
braid by their right-hand side. They seem to walk around with some sort of notoriety to them as they have a clipboard in the hand, wearing leather armor, but with this cape along the back as though he is of a higher status than everyone else. You see him walking around, taking note of the stock that has been left by the Siftos area, and he's currently opening, looking through, picks up what looks like the fabric, similar to what you've seen, but now kind of fully woven into some sort of garment and some sort of clothing. Examines, looks at it, puts it back in, ticks off a few boxes, looks around elsewhere. You see he enters the kind of other courtyard, comes back again. He's doing the rounds and kind of keeping track of everything. Eventually he goes towards the spider space that you were in before. Comes back. You see he's disgruntled as he's kind of looking around. There is one other person that is here in this room that pertains from the borders, and he walks over to him. I have noticed that there is a inconsistency. You are missing 10 phase silk. I don't quite understand what you mean. We are missing 10. I counted them personally. We had a full stock. He looks down at the board. Are you sure about that? Remember the last time you lied? It did not end well for you. Well, I apologize, Orvox, but I've made sure that would never happen again. We have attempted to take away any of these sorts of factors. Factors such as? Please elaborate. I haven't been reading any of the history books recently. Give me a refresher. Are you nervous? Don't be. Just speak the truth. Nerves show an element of a distrust. To be nervous is to obfuscate the truth. Speak the truth, boy. We make sure that supply is even. No less, no more. If any is missing, it is signs that our people are using it. And perhaps, as has been in the past, a fight against the mages. That's right. Using the materials here to fight your benefactors. Tisk, tisk, tisk. This offense will not be taken lightly. Make up the missing portion of the supply, and there will be no further consequences, be it your head. Deal with it. Of course, Orvox, of course. And I apologize. Please tell the mages that I apologize deeply. I would not want to cause any unnecessary drama. It is not drama, my boy. It is justification. And you see the two part ways. One going towards Siftos, the other one going towards the town. The lights diminish, and the room is flooded in black, as you are left there in silence by yourselves. The silence then fades as this whoop, Woom, woom. A orb of light begins to move into the room. A light blinking from it. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And it moves into a room and continues. The two of you recognize this orb as being something used by the soothsaying Nimbus. These orbs were used to attack you when you were in Trasvalar celebrating at a nice little tavern. Perhaps these are some sort of reconnaissance guards. And this one just flies by idly, going between room and room, following no specific pattern, and just is the only sorts of eyes and ears here. Is there anything you guys would like to do?
Well, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, totally fun. Is there any chance we can tell if it has its own conscience or anything, or is it just a spell?
You can roll a Arcana check.
Sure,
See
I'm
if
good at
you
those.
can know any more. I'll give you advantage since probably when the attack first happened, when you came across them, some information would have probably been shared at that point. So you're kind of using that, using what you've seen now. These are probably, these are creations that are made. And you assume that similar to how Ven's magic would work with familiars, someone is at least piloting, if not, have given an order. Now, if they are alerted, perhaps there is a span of time that it needs to alert. It will probably tell whoever cast it, whoever created it, that something is up.
Okay.
So these are
cool.
these are rumbas on steroids.
Are there still two guards at the Siftos entrance?
Seems to be, yes. They don't seem to ever leave. There is a kind of rota, so it's never the same person, but they seem to be there through thick and thin. But there are no guards here. Separated,
Only the orb.
you can't really communicate with each other too easily, but you do have visual of each other, so you can kind of like communicate through those methods.
How spread out are we?
We'll say because Thorn is up top, having a bit of a bird's eye view, she is the furthest away from the group, but for general speaking, we'll say that each one of you are within 20 feet of each other. Fennell is the closest with everyone. Thorn is higher up, so a bit more further, a bit harder, but still within that 20
Also, sorry, another question. Would we know if that, like, we tried to attack it, it would explode or anything, or it would, because I know you said it would alert if we saw anything, but if it was like, you know, just to say, if it had a sneak attack on it, could it just go out completely without alarming
It's
anything?
possible.
Would we know that?
It's possible. With the way that magic works, you know to cast a spell for something to happen, there needs to be a period of time to be able to do it. So unless someone's holding the trigger and when they die it goes off, you probably have a bit of a moment if you wanted to take it out to destroy it completely. If you had some sort of disruption magic, you could probably temporarily disable it, but to destroy it would mean to destroy it. So if you were to break its core, it would probably collapse in on itself, shatter into pieces, something. But if you had something like a Dispel Magic, because it is a magical creature, then you could probably disable it momentarily, but you wouldn't kill it completely. It would just be like an EMP.
Right, do you know the Dispel Magic spell?
No.
Well, then why the fuck are you learning magic?
Learning. Key word there. Learning.
What do you know?
You have to ask for now at some point.
Sure. Okay, so
Where's the orb right now?
We'll say at this point in time, it's gone into the phase spider room, so it's gone back and it's behind you. We'll
Behind
say
us, as in
timing.
between us and the Siftos exit.
Yes, yes. Well,
Okay.
you are basically in the main room now, so if it goes into another room, it's no longer behind you, it's in a different space. So it's basically, it's in a room or it isn't. At the moment, it's not. With the timings, because Thorn has that bird's eye view and they can kind of like trace the pattern, we'll say as it travels to each room, there's about a buffer of 5 minutes. So 5 minutes to enter a room, 5 minutes to exit. So in total, if you were to try and move from this space, you have 10 minutes of grace. But it is sporadic. It may move and try and change it up a bit. It's not going to follow a singular pattern constantly. If it does, then people can enter and kind of mess around. So
Fennel is gonna mime with its hands, point towards the exit that we want to go to. It's gonna hold a finger to his lips for shush, and to keep eyes on each other. So just like point to each other's eyes.
So just from the bird's eye view, like, what?
I was gonna ask. As well.
Turns into charades.
Well, I was gonna ask if you know Thieves' Cant, but Thieves' Cant is like a spoken language, right?
It is, yeah. It's a written and spoken language. So it still needs audible sound.
Right.
It's not like knowing like
sign language.
Sign language, for example, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Fennel's just doing basic signs, just something that he hopes is fairly universally understood rather than relying on any sign language.
We got this.
Right, and then with that, Fennel's just gonna start quietly moving toward that exit, keeping an eye on the door where the orb went through last. And the others as well, just periodically sweeping round to everyone.
Okay. You see they both agree. Yishi is kind of like your only light here. Because this room has darkened so much, even your dark vision is almost pulled back and limited. There's something about this space that has perhaps been enchanted by the mages to mean that even if you can see within pitch black, it's kind of reduced in distance. So any sort of light will basically remove that. So if you want Yishi to shed a light to remove and be able to see further than, let's say, 30 feet in front of you, you can, but you won't know what's beyond. Likewise for anyone else, though. So you're not the only ones affected by this. So bear that in mind.
Gotcha.
You want to head out and go towards the borders?
Yep.
Okay. There is a staircase descending downwards. There are handrails on either side. The orb doesn't seem to go into that space. It just seems to navigate between this top layer, essentially. As soon as you begin to step down and look into this space, you can see it opens up as well, and continues down into this almost elegant sort of design. There are statues flanked left and right as it's rising upwards, and you can see the motif of what look like elven wizards of some kind. Just kind of very ostentatious in how they look. It's very grand. It's very sort of staged, if we will, but for the most part, it seems to be an intimidation factor from what you can tell and what you've gathered from the conversation previously. Descending down the staircase, you still haven't left the mountain. The mountain seems to be quite large and thus, interior-wise, is filled with more than just this singular layer. But you are heading in the right direction for finding the borders. What is your goal in particular? Is anyone looking out, listening, trying to find something, just wanting to exit? What is and where is your priorities at?
I'm doing all of the first stuff you said.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, keeping an ear out to see if we hear anyone, if we see anyone, especially the orb.
Okay.
As well as kind of trying to find an exit.
All right. Then there are 3 rolls up for grabs here, as we're just going to say you all do it together. They will be at advantage. One of them is a perception check. Another one is a survival check. And then a third one is going to be a nature check.
Okay, well, I'm
let's
equally
see.
bad at all of them, so
Awesome. You said survival, nature, and what else?
Perception.
Perception. I'm good at I'm really good at perception.
go for it,
But I have a
Kazu.
feeling you might be too.
You have advantage.
Well, it's the same with all of them.
Okay.
So I will do a survival because I feel like that's more in
Uh,
keeping.
Cool. I'll do a perception then.
18.
Advantage, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Natural 20. Nice.
hell yeah.
And then who will be rolling the last roll? The
Nature. Who's the most natural of the two? Oh wait, is it between me and?
Ichi.
Between you guys.
Oh.
If you want to nominate an NPC to do
okay,
it, you
okay.
can, but if you have the information, it's probably better.
I'm not that good at nature. What about you?
So, I mean, it's the same as they're all the same. So I have a.
Okay.
So I'm as good at survival and perception as I am at nature. But if you're particularly bad,
I wouldn't say I'm bad, but
If you wish to both roll separately, you can. If you prefer to do it that way.
sure.
that'd be one roll rather than with
Yeah.
at advantage.
Yeah. One roll each.
Are we still okay?
Yeah, let's do that.
No advantage? Yeah, okay.
19.
Okay.
Ah. So close.
All right. Then, as we go through those rolls, you enter the space and are descending the staircase. It then opens up into this larger room. There are signposts, but you can't quite see them. You have to go towards those areas to kind of truly get a sense of the space here. It looks like a courtyard for the most part. It looks like it is a built-up almost park within this mountain. You can see seating area that is made out of the stonework of this mountain, just carved and well nice and presented. Even some of these tables have built in almost like chessboards, as though this is like a communal space to kind of gather and enjoy, and are protected from the elements as well. You could imagine that if the lights were on and you could see fully, that this would be quite a grand operatic space to be in. Especially with those statues, quite large as they are, it shows probably how big this space truly is. As you're walking around, the silence that you have is good because, again, that operatics would probably echo throughout. So you are being still careful with your previous roles you had. Looking at the signposts, you can kind of navigate your way towards where the borders are, the kind of exits of the mountain, if that's where you wish to go. But you can see there are also other offshoots. There are areas where it seems like residential spaces where people seem to live of more importance, keep themselves within the mountain. As well, on the opposite side, looks like another farm of some kind, where you can hear just the grazing of some creatures within. With the nature check, we'll say that both of you can see what looks like these almost amalgamations of two creatures put together in one, almost like a cow crossed with a large dire mole. You can smell also what is like that sort of milky sort of sense. This is probably something that they are milking and using as a type of protein and lactose within the space. You haven't seen many animals in the wild, so this is probably pretty much all they've got in terms of nutritional value. So they take it where they can. The farm is quite large, but it is unmanned. With the 30 perception, you notice that there is also a rogue orb floating within this space as well. Where your vision is darkened and you can't see past that 30 feet, you can see the thing. You can actually see it as if like it is a spotlight in the darkness. You can't see between it. Between it is almost like void. And it is lighting a space in front of you. You see where you are. The space in between is just darkness. So it is a strange sort of sense that it is almost a beacon for where you are in comparison to it. Luckily, its vision doesn't seem to extend that sort of bubble. If you are within that bubble, you're probably going to get caught. So you use that to your advantage and kind of skirt around best as possible. The exit is close, but you do hear that there are guards on the other side, stationed at this exit. Probably the same as what you saw towards the entrance to Siftos. There are probably 2 guards down there as well, stopping anyone from coming in. What would you like to do?
So my idea is we can either distract them or we can kill them. What are you up for?
I'd rather distract them than kill them.
Ah. Okay. How would we distract them? I'm thinking we send Yishi again to like just tend to be like a fly or something, or just get them distracted, run off for a second, and then we go. We wait for her to catch up. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't want. I'd rather they don't see any of us.
Fair enough.
You can try and time it if you want to, but that is risky, especially with all four of you.
Do we just want to do the classic throw something and hope they look another way? Like, I don't know what to do here.
Yishi will
Look over
say,
there.
with a whispered tone, I don't want this to sound strange, but I could flash them.
You could what? Like at full volume, not even whispering. What?
Boom, boom, boom. I could shine as bright as a star, and then that could give us a moment to run past them. It's dark out. The difference in light could blind them for a moment. I don't know.
You know what? Let's try it. Why not?
All right, fine.
Sure, fuck it.
Yep.
Because
Okay. At
We
this
believe in
point,
you, Yishi.
you see the orb getting closer and closer as you are like basically on the edge of its parameter. Yishi goes out as fast as she can, and you see the guards are just standing idly, walking by. There's a very light sort of conversation between the two as it's now quite dark out. And then the speed of light just goes between them, and then and they just reach up for their eyes to try and like, what the fuck? You rush out as quick as you can. Can you roll
go.
first acrobatics or athletics to make sure you don't kind of fall or trip as you're rushing as quick as you can? And then I will ask you to roll a stealth check to see if you're quiet enough as you're going past. Oh my god.
231.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
That's
Fucking rogue, man.
Jesus
Fucking
Christ.
rogue.
Fucking hell.
Oh,
Posted.
is that ah?
Ooh.
Okay. Yishi, does she need to roll yeah, she needs to roll a stealth check, really. Okay. You rush out as quick as you can, being as quiet as possible. Thorn, there's a little bit of a sound that you make as you're running as quick as you can. These two guards are going to roll at disadvantage to see if they notice you. So we'll see. D20, disadvantage. That was the first one. The second one, yeah, they don't roll high enough. Especially with the distraction of light, they're kind of just both of them over-talking each other. You hear them just shouting, "Blasted mages! What is it this time?" As they're just like trying to reach for their eyes to try and swat whatever light was there before. Yishi is quick enough to dart out the way as she goes instantly like shadow. You rush out to the closest building you can find to hide behind. But the two of you, as you are making it out, you see that something to kind of like Magna's leg is kind of twisted as he's tried to run as fast as he can. And you see he just kind of like trips and falls towards the staircase. Meanwhile, that orb, boop, 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 is getting closer to him. Is there anything you guys want to do to try and help him?
I can give him a quick heal if it's like, because he
He probably needs to be
twisted his
pulled out of
ankle.
the way, or
Yeah.
Pulled. Okay.
because that light is now
wanna-
getting closer and closer.
I want to try and reach back and pull him.
Okay.
Can I wait? Did we establish exactly what kind of spellcasting we can and can't do?
Kind of, to some degree.
Teleportation and like anything planar, right?
Conjuration, for the most part, seems to be a big no-no.
Okay, fine.
Would
I
that
won't
count
do
for
that
us
then.
like summoning familiars or no?
There is a bit of a kind of grey area with that, since sometimes the spell can be precast, but for the most part, you can't summon anything further.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll just reach. I'll just reach and grab him.
Okay. Can you roll an athletics check as you try and grab him? Frey,
Nice.
I'm going to tell you
Very
this
nice.
now. If you rolled under a 15, there was a chance where either you or Magna would have had to choose to be left behind.
Rolling
wow.
a 19 is so fucking lucky.
You grab him last minute as the light, and he is pulled out just as a hairline away from even touching the edge of that light. You pull him into shadow, rush as fast as you can. He limps with his other leg, using it as a sort of brace, and you exit and make it out of the hovel. Now hiding amongst the town itself, trying to either blend in or hide within the shadows. Which one are you choosing?
I think we should hide
Yeah.
Then
because
I'll
we
ask
are the
you
sneak team.
to roll another stealth check then, as you are now
Okay.
hiding from the town proper.
You get another 30. Okay.
That's a pretty low roll.
Oh
Oh,
my god, these fucking
hell.
idiots.
Stop rolling, Max. We'll roll for them.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, you are now hiding amongst the town as best as you can. But you are trying to stick to the shadows, stick to the alleyways, stick to anything you can. But we'll see how that goes. We're going to have a quick break, and then we're going to return with where Mobius and Ven are at. Well done. You've both made it from different points. Very interesting how this is all going. But we're going to have a quick 5-minute break. We'll be back shortly, so catch you soon. And welcome back. Hello. We have had a quick break and we have returned back to see what has happened with Veneno and Mobius. The two of you have entered the town proper. You can see that it is quite dark out, but there are still a few people walking and wandering the streets. The town here is fairly bare bones. There's not much in terms of large, audacious sort of buildings. It's all pretty ramshackled and put together with the elements that surround it. The kind of loose, let's say, derelict forest. There aren't many sort of like hearty trees to build from, so whatever was able to, they have gathered and put together in these buildings. As well with the stonework, seems to match the mountain's material, and they've just kind of put together what they can. For the most part, it is in mainly kind of greys and dark wood and just kind of a bit of a sort of light and dark colouring mixed together. No actual vibrancy to it. It's quite drab. The only thing of injection of colour that's here is the odd painted statue that lays around, as well as the Aurora Borealis that is kind of persistently and continues to kind of dance above you, creating those kind of washes of green and blue that cover the entire city. So it is a nice sort of glow to the town and everything around you, but in fact, the town itself, pretty drab, all considering. It looks like the town is separated into different districts. The only thing that notes that is the harsh cutoff points that seem to change it up. You have the residential district, you have the very forward sort of wall district, and you have a different district closer towards the mountain's edge. Those three areas seem to be key points within the city, but outside of that, there's nothing really that stands out. So what would you guys like to do, since you've now entered the town and have free reign on where to go?
It is pretty late though, right?
Yeah, we'll say with everything
Yeah.
considered, it's on the tail end of turning into midnight.
God damn.
Probably head straight towards the tavern because I don't think we're gonna be able to catch much people talking or walking out on the streets anyway without being very fucking suspicious. So
Yeah.
to tavern to meet up with everyone.
Okay. You begin to look around for a tavern. Could either of you roll perception checks as you are trying to navigate this town/city? I keep saying town or city because it's basically on the edge. There is enough populace here to deem it a city, but the infrastructure really isn't there to call it a city. So it's bleeding between the two.
Mhm.
But with your 19, you look around and you actually can't find a tavern. Doesn't seem to be a tavern at all in this place. Yes.
Did we not ask Mobius, hey, is there a tavern where we can all meet up before this?
You did.
And Mobius said yes.
Yep.
Huh?
There is no tavern here. And it doesn't look like there's ever signs of a tavern ever being within this land, within this space.
What in the false Hydra for buildings?
Yeah,
What the
this is
What?
false Hydra energy. I'm not liking it. Me no likey.
Yeah, I did not like that. The guy did not recognize me at all, but I was like, new guy, whatever. But
Maybe
don't
that
like
girl
this.
did something.
Saying bullshit. Is there just like an empty slot where that tavern used to be?
No,
or...
there's just buildings in its stead. There's no indications, and as well, the buildings that are here that build up the space where Mobius thought there was a tavern, they seem to have been there for a long time. So it's not like this has been a change instantly.
Right, so where the fuck is the rest of our team?
I'm not entirely sure what has happened there. I swear there was a tavern here.
Check in with Fennel with like a feeling of questioning? Question mark, question mark, question mark? Hello?
Fennel, as you are with the rest of your group, hiding within the shadows, you feel that sort of feeling pass through. You have been moving between building, not really having the time to even lay the land, because you have always been on a bit of the back foot. There have been guards or people who have seen you or spotted you and have grown sort of weary that perhaps there are some people that shouldn't be here, or at least hiding their intentions because of the previous roles that you had with your stealth, which means you haven't had a proper lay of the land. Doesn't mean you're discovered, just means people are wary. So you're still sort of incognito, but you've just not been able to grasp where you are. You've just been constantly on the move.
Okay. He is going to send back a feeling of slight urgency. Like, not proper urgency, nothing like alarming, but like a bit stressed.
Okay, how the fuck are we gonna find people who are actively hiding? Is there any signs of the distraction crew as we've made our way to the tavern?
You've
Oh,
not seen
Lord, they
a
were all
single
arrested.
one of them.
Fuck, they're all arrested, aren't they?
You don't know what time they came in. With the delay that you had between you arriving and them, it's been a few hours. So you don't know what point they're at. And you've not heard anyone, except for the single guard, say that they are currently busy with other work. That's all you know.
Oh, we're so
Team distractions, team distracting. What can I say?
Mobius, let's head to your place then. Just for the night, maybe?
Yeah, sure thing.
Ben's gonna think of Mobius and send that to Fennel, I guess. I don't know how that would count, but
Roll a persuasion check.
sure.
Okay,
28.
somehow on the
Damn.
force, you hear Mobius. Mobius. You see for a moment a reflection of Van, just Mobius.
Like, okay.
Okay.
Sure, why not?
Look for Mobius.
Okay, because the two teams and all of the teams have been informed of the general area of where this space is and how it works from Mobius's sort of memory banks, I would like for the stealth team to roll a survival check at advantage, since you were turned around trying to figure out kind of where to go. Meanwhile, both Mobius and Ben, you'll know exactly where to go. Okay, 17, 22. That's good enough. That's good enough. As you're navigating through the different districts, you can spot the odd people kind of gathering together. You do notice that because of the lack of a tavern, it looks like people gather together in small communities. They seem to gather not necessarily in the streets, but between the districts and in different pockets of the districts, just sitting idly in like a courtyard or like a larger open space, just having a few drinks towards the night's end. Some of them seem to be night owls, so they don't tend to go to sleep too late, too early, because it is almost, in this region, like perpetual twilight for some kind of way of thinking, because that aurora borealis, it's bright and keeps people awake, so they just kind of sit around and have that moment of themselves of reflection as they look up. But you watch them in different pockets and socializing. They don't seem to be kind of out of the ordinary. They're just simple, just relaxed, and there are no minding their own business. Mobius and Ven, because you know where to go, you are the quickest to make it there. Mobius, you find the building which is your home. Just kind of resting there. Please describe to us the building.
Well, I feel like it has like the same architecture as everything around, like very modest looking, a small, well-kept yard. If that's not, I don't know if that's possible. And just like looks very, very neat from the tidy from the outside.
Okay. You have your key for your house. Do you just go in as regular?
Oh,
Or do you wait for everyone else?
I'm gonna wait for everyone else, kind of like with the, like key at the ready, but just kind of turn towards Ben and the others. Are just if it's a bit messy on the inside, I'm sorry, but I'm a busy man, and sometimes things happen, so just don't mind.
It's fine. It's the least of our worries right now.
I know, but still,
We can always clean up a little while we wait.
Right, you're right. I'm just gonna, since I assume Bob came back, otherwise I would kill myself. We,
Boo!
Boo.
Powers down.
Shuts down, falls. We can like have Bob stand outside, wait for the others. And...
Okay. Yeah. It would be weird to just be standing around here in the yard.
Yeah.
We are so normal.
We are extremely normal.
Yep. Go inside.
Go inside.
Leave Bob out.
You head in, key in the door. Key doesn't turn.
Who changed the locks?
In fact, the key doesn't. In fact, the key doesn't even feel like it should go in properly. There is something about putting it in where you're like, hold on, that's strange. And then trying to turn it, it just doesn't click. You try for the handle to see if anything will budge, but nothing. And then on the other side, you hear a, "Don't worry, excuse me." You hear opening up inside, an old man with a wide smile, gnomish figure, looking up with a big bushy beard of grey and black. "Hi, oh, can I help you with anything?"
Excuse me? I have the most befuddled expression on my face right now.
Wow. By my stars, what are you? You see he kind of like wipes his brow, kind of trying to focus. I apologize. I've had a bit of drink. What? Hell, what are you?
This is a dream.
Then just looks at Mobius with like a bro.
Just looks at the rest of you. No, I know I ain't dreaming. I know when I'm dreaming. When I dream, I see little monsters. So this ain't no monster. He looks around.
Lord.
Hi. Can I help you with anything?
I'm sorry. This might be like a strange question, but
My friend Strange is pretty much standard here.
fair enough. Has this house been recently sold to you?
Well, I hope not. I've had this in my life for generations. Born and raised.
I see.
Do you want to come inside and have a look around?
Oh,
And I can get you a drink or something. You don't strike me as people from here, so I'm assuming you're looking for a tavern as well. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have anything like that. So I got some booze in the back. I can get you something if you like. Always nice to see new people. We don't really get many.
oh, can I insight check this?
Of course you can.
Go
What
in
is-
and kill him.
What is happening?
16. He
16.
seems genuine enough that you feel quite anxious about the whole situation. Yes.
I kind of. Oh, sorry. Continue.
Does this guy, because when I was seeing people who were affected by the orbs,
Yeah.
they had lost like a little bit of a shine to their eyes, or their eyes were like a little muddled.
Mm-hmm.
Is this guy showing some of the signs
Roll
of
an
that?
insight or Arcana check.
Yeah, there's some bullshittery happening.
22.
Outside of perhaps a little bit of bloodshot around his eyes from perhaps not really sleeping too often, and the fact that he does smell like he's probably had a few to drink before the night's end, clear as can be.
No other signs of it being.
None at all.
That is either good or really terrifying.
Well, don't just stand there. Come on, come inside. My name's Karsten, by the way. Karsten Elmer. Please, please.
Of course. Do we go inside?
Where we going? We knock him out in the basement.
Just grab a drink. I'll bring the tables around. Kitchen's on the right. I'll be sure to get some stuff together. Please, my pleasure, please. And he just kind of like brings you all in one by one if you'll enter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This serves for our cover. We're taking care of an alcoholic, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Go in
Yeah.
careful. I'll also signal to Fennel slight caution.
Well, at this point,
Phone is buzzing.
his phone is on vibrate. Hopefully, it's your phone.
Hey.
Oh,
Oh.
I was like, whose else like phone is ringing? Yeah, it's my mom calling me.
Oh, okay. As you guys enter, Fennel and Thorn, the two of you with your group, arrive at the same time as well as they're entering. You now intersect, and you can see Carsten's looking over. Is there more of you?
This is all of us.
Oh, wow. I might not have enough seats, but I hope I'll get some cushions from upstairs. I'll get my pillows as well, and you can sit on that if you like.
Oh, good. Thank you so much.
No, it's my pleasure. You see it with his little legs begin to run up and grab some things.
Who the fuck is that?
So, yeah, what's going on?
Nothing is happening. none of the guards recognize me, and this is supposed to be my home. I mean, I would remember my home, you think, but there's somebody living here. Apparently, they've been living here for generations. I don't know what's going on.
Do we need to take care of him?
Oh, wait, we're not doing that. You don't live here?
Apparently, I just found that out 5 minutes ago. I don't.
Mobius, the interior of this building is exactly as you remember it. Even down to the squeaky floorboard that you have on the entrance of your doorway.
I feel like we're being gaslit by the environment of the city.
Oh, everything is the same. Like, look. If I step here, it's gonna squeak and just gonna like.
Okay. But then this guy lives here,
Yes.
apparently forever. Are you sure?
Yeah. Well, like, if I am to trust.
Knows where he lives, Vanel. Just somebody has been messing
Is the guy lying? Is he?
I can go check.
Is this a trap?
No.
Thorn's like halfway going up the stairs already.
No.
As you're halfway up the stairs, you see he has this like bundle of cushions and seats. He'll just go, oh great, here, take those. Bring them downstairs to the living room. I'll bring the rest of them. Thank you. And he'll just kind of head back up and he's just offloaded
Just
all of the
drop
stuff
some
he was
on me.
carrying. Yeah.
Let me go talk to him.
For all we know, he's just drunk. No, nothing seems to be off. Yeah, I mean, besides the entire situation, but with Corsten himself, it seems normal for now.
For now.
So I haven't seen anyone of the distraction team, and I'm a slightly bit worried that they might have all gotten arrested.
Okay. Well, I guess we need to wait
Question.
here for the distraction team, or
Well, we still need to. We can't wait too long. We're gonna go out after we've had a rest. At least some of us, to ask around town, see what's been happening, see if there's any other discrepancies between what Mobius remembers and what there is. Anything else, you guys?
no. I mean, we made it here. We can't. People seem to notice that we were sneaking around, but I don't think anyone knew it was us.
At this point, he comes back. Why are you all loitering around in the passageway? Come on, go join the others. He's got the rest of the stuff.
Oh,
Or is there a problem with something?
no, just catching up. Making plans for tomorrow. Don't worry about it. You've already helped us out a lot.
Looks at Thorn, who's at the top of the stairs next to him. Hi. I like your hair.
She's glaring at him.
Well, why don't you help the man bring down the pillows and everything else, Thorn?
Oh, yeah, please, come with me. And you see he'll go into one of the bedrooms. He begins to kind of go through everything. You are now with him as everyone else is downstairs. So what brings you around these parts then? Is it the Aurora Borealis? Is that like the big factor? It's hard for me to really know what's good and what's bad because this is all I know. So is that something people really want to see? Or are you
Not
here
really.
for Siftos?
It's none of your business, really.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. I won't pry. But you look like
Good.
you need some food, something to drink. I'll make something. I'll put something together. It's been ages since I've had guests around, so it'll be my pleasure to host you for this evening. Do you guys have anywhere to stay, or?
No, not right now.
I've got 2 rooms that haven't been used. Feel free to use them. There's not many other places to go, so it'll be either that or spending your time with the Hunters Guild. But even then, that's not the nicest place to be. So I'll get those ready for you tonight. I just need to dust it off a little bit, okay? Do you need anything else?
No.
Okay.
And Thorn's like, as he's like talking, she's like kind of inspecting the room a bit.
Sure, roll a
and just
investigation,
like,
a perception check.
yeah, trying to inspect him and see if, I don't know, this is an act or something.
Mm-hmm.
You said investigation or perception?
Either one, yeah.
I'll do this one because I've been good at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have entered his kind of main bedroom, it seems. The bedroom itself, small kind of cabinet, nothing too fancy in terms of decorations or anything like that. It's quite plain, quite simple. The only thing that stands out as sort of decorative is some of the clothes are left hanging on like elements of like the wardrobe and things like that, but haven't been stored away. They're kind of there on show. You see what looks like a dress, a red dress of kind, which is of similar stature to himself. You can also see there is a portrait, what looks like a family photo, with 2 other figures in it. One seems to be of a similar age to him, female gnome, whilst the third between the 2 seems to be a younger sort of like baby, maybe only a few months old. The 2 of them just coddling together. You can see that has been cleaned to quite a pristine condition, whilst everything else has a little bit of a layer of dust on it. Also, as you're moving through the house on the top layer, you can see the other 2 rooms as he's now opened them to gather some supplies from them. There are signs of bedrooms that have been long abandoned, not been used in quite a while. In the photograph that you saw, it was this same gentleman, probably 30 or so years ago. He has aged quite a lot since.
She'll take in that information. So you've had this house for generations, you said?
Yeah, I've had this since, well, I was born here, so been at the borders all my life. My family, my pops, my ma, yeah, they've all been here a generation, through and through.
Must be nice to inherit this, then.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a little big for me, all on my lonesome. So I apologize for the lack of cleanliness, but I'll get on that later on. I don't want you to be sleeping in dust. So once we finish downstairs, before you head off to bed, I'll make sure to clean everything up, just so it's all nice and prepared, just as my Mabel would have wanted.
Thorn kind of takes another peek at the photo and then just nods. Yeah. Thanks for doing this.
He notices that you've looked at the photo, and he'll just kind of acknowledge it. Yeah, well, when I say that I've not had guests in a long time, my wife passed away quite a long time ago, alongside my... Anyway, I don't like to get into it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Sorry, what are you sorry for? It's 30 years ago. It's fine. We have to live and let live.
Yeah, I guess so.
Come on, don't act like a twig. Grab some pillows, and we head downstairs.
Wait. She just says to herself, and then she starts helping out.
Mm-hmm. You grab a couple
there-
more bundles.
Doing that could have been like walking around, trying to look at memorabilia or like
Sure, yeah.
photos, etc. Seeing if there's any traces of magic or magic he's specifically seen from the Soothsaying Nimbus around this place.
Sure, yeah. Roll an Arcana
Anything
check.
out of place. 24, not 20.
Yeah.
No,
Damn.
nothing. This house is spotless. No magic here at all.
Nothing out of place. Nothing.
Nothing in regards to magic, since that's what you asked.
He's just gonna slightly turn to look at Mobius and then turn back. Deep in thought, that's all.
Mobius, as you walk around the kitchen area, you instinctively go up to where the glasses are and you open the cabinet and the glasses are there and you pick them out. No
What
need
is
to look
it?
around.
Kind of just like, oh, he's just on autopilot. Just, this is so weird, but if I think about it right now, after everything that's already happened, my head will explode. So I'm going to pretend like this is fine and just get the stuff and set the table and be a good little guest in my fucking house. Maybe.
Even when you walk into the kitchen, there is a slight little dip that you need to do, and that is instinctual. You kind of like drop your head, walk through. For some others, they don't see it, and bang, they hit their head against the side and have to duck under to get into the kitchen. You always thought that the kitchen was a little bit small for you, but it's neither here or there.
Evil man. You are evil.
You're so evil.
You are evil.
You prepare the table. The table isn't massive, so it won't accommodate all of you, so you kind of split up into different areas. The other members of your group begin to mingle with the other members of the other group, passing over what happened and kind of relaying the same thing that you're doing with each other. So they are away at the moment, focused on that, whilst the rest of you are trying to wrap your head around what Mobius is currently going through. You see your host, Karsten, has kind of gathered everything. All right, I can put together a little meal for you. I don't have much, so I just try and grab some little picky bits that I've got.
We have some supplies, don't worry about it.
No, but you've probably been out on the road for ages. There's no towns anywhere near the borders until you go past all the way into the desert. So let me make you something warm at least. I've got some supplies for a broth I can put together. Is that okay for all of you?
That would be lovely.
I can do a vegetarian one as well.
You good?
We had Alex's parents coming home.
I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
It's okay.
Don't worry.
It's okay.
Go on.
No, thank you so much. If there's any way we can help return the kindness you gave to us, feel free to say so.
We're helping out an old and lonely old man, so this is good enough. And anyway, it's not like we have much facility here for guests, so it's nice to be able to accommodate for strangers from afar.
We've been told there isn't many visitors around here.
No. Why would anyone want to come here to this part of Leyrance? It's pointless, really.
Why would anyone want to stay here, then?
Why does anyone stay anywhere? Home. Home's a home.
I mean, the skies are pretty beautiful.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've looked up at them, but yeah, they are.
Are they always like that?
Pretty much. Most of the winter period. Sometimes in the summer it disappears, but at night you might see it. Tends to be more during your colder climates. But here, it's almost always that cold. And where are you from? Your friend said that it's none of my business to ask you questions, but
And you said you wouldn't pry.
No, but you're all very different from each other. I was just wondering if you're from Leyrance at all.
Yes, we are. Excuse the Thorn, but just a long trip. Wears you out.
I understand.
We're down from the south. So this is quite different climate-wise.
Well, the fire giants would keep it warm, so, yeah. Well, I hope it's not been too bad for you. I know passing through that desert can be quite a tricky ordeal, so must have been a bit of a harrowing experience. So
We
please,
got quite lucky.
lay a load off. Just relax. You have a home. My home's your home. And he just taps Mobius's back.
Not touch.
Carl, salt on the
Not
wound.
touch. Not touch.
Thank you. You're very kind.
Oh, no.
Single tear.
Not at all.
Ben's gonna go over to Fennel, just checking him over, make sure he's
Mhm.
not hurt.
Oh shit, we gotta fix Magna's fucking broken ankle.
You
I
see
just
that's being
remembered
dealt with by the others.
that. Okay.
As Ribbon is currently fastening some sort of brace to go on there with her own textiles. Is there anything
I'm
that you
alright.
guys wish to do or discuss?
Oh,
A
my
lot,
brain.
actually. So are we gonna
Well-
kill this old man?
No, why the fuck would we kill him?
I feel like if we want to have any discussions, we should just wait until fucking one.
Yeah, until he's asleep.
Yeah.
But it's already really
Or-
late.
Why not come out? some
No,
privacy.
no, because he's also kind of our cover.
Let's just, it's been a long day. Let's stay here for tonight and then work out what we're gonna do tomorrow.
Yeah.
We could all use the rest. It's been a long trip.
Okay.
Thorn's gonna is there a like a window in the top part of the house
There
to where
is,
she
yeah.
can like look out of? Okay. I think Thorn's gonna stay just up there and looking for anything suspicious / the distraction group.
Okay. Roll a perception check whilst you're doing that. Karsten will open up the 2 doors to the patio that leads into the gardens behind, and you see he'll just kind of grab the little chair that he's got with him. There's a small table to the side and another chair that would typically be there as well, and he just kind of sits there. Same position, he seems to just adopt this normal kind of standard space that he always spends every night in, and he just looks up towards the lights. You see him just sat there by himself, just admiring them. On occasion, he does kind of like mumble to himself. Seems to be a habit. But Thorn, as you're upstairs looking out the window,
Real quick.
you, yes.
Are we about to end the day? Like
You
close
are
to
looking
it,
like you're
or-
going towards a long rest.
Okay, so I'm gonna actually do my reroll
Okay,
and add +1 to it, just because we're about to go to bed.
sure.
So this is gonna be
Hot dog.
+10. Oh!
Okay.
I got a
God
38.
damn.
I see them from half across the city. I have eagle eyes.
The ginger hair, I see it.
I know
But
those
ginger-
golden locks
Within a
anywhere.
mile. This whole town is fucking beige, and they're the only color.
Okay, so with a 28, what are you looking for in particular? Are you
38,
looking-
actually.
38, sorry. Are you looking in any direction in
Technically.
particular, or what are you looking for?
I don't know. I guess I'm just genuinely trying to like find any sort of glimpse of our friends, and then what was I gonna say? Yeah, just looking for anything like that I would deem suspicious, really.
Okay, sure. Looking out of the window to try and find your friends, you are adamant you do not see them. They would stand out. They are team distraction for a reason. A lot of their members are very unique in at least appearance, if not verbosity, and kind of they give off a sort of aura. No, you do not see any of them anywhere.
That sucks.
But
I get a 38, and that's nothing. That's such a fucking waste of a roll.
however,
Anyways.
you do spot someone that is keeping close to the shadows. You see a slender female figure moving between them like a shadow, and there is the glimmer of the mask that catches light, and you can see Silten / Horrivan moving between.
Are they coming closer or going farther from where we are right now?
They look like they're going away from your building.
Motherfucker! Motherfucker!
Let them.
They look as though they're heading towards the center, towards the middle of this town. You can see the town hall; it stands out a bit more prominently, but they seem to be going off the beaten track from that, slightly to the eastern side. Looks like with purpose, as though they've found something or they know where to go. They don't look lost.
Oh my... I'm gonna tear my skin off my face. Okay. Yeah, with haste, I kind of like get down the stairs and
If you want to go faster, you can jump out the window.
No, I'm not going after him.
Okay.
I learned my lesson. I'm not going off by myself. I'm not
Just
stupid
checking.
anymore. You can go out the window. I was like, "Oh, okay. No, but Thorn's gonna kind of kidnap Ven from whatever conversation they're in right now, and just kind of grab him by the bicep and just like walk with them to a less populated
Bicep,
area
I'm a
of
slender
this.
elven woman.
All right, I'll grab your pinky, whatever.
My bone
But-
of an arm.
Gonna go to a less occupied area of the house, even though I know it's a small house, and
Yeah.
just tell them what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At least we know they made it in.
I feel like we have to do something. Because what if they
Why?
ruin it? What if they ruin our... What if they ruin everything? What if they don't rescue Caspian? What if they just end up killing themselves? Killing Siltend? Killing everybody?
What purpose do you think it would get from that?
Sorry, say that again?
What purpose do you think you would get from that? It's not incompetent, Thorn. Going out now? Following it? We could blow our cover. We rest. And we trust in Stilton's decision to take the mask. Understood?
Don't just... goes back up to the attic and just watches Harvin go away.
Okay. Continuing up and continuing your little kind of bird's eye view here, you see that the last you see of them is they seem to be going into an area that looks as though it is a mixed residential with some artisans area. From next to the town hall, you can clearly see where the library is. As well, it looks like the direction they've gone in is where the cobblers is, so the shoemakers of the town. That's the last that you can see from this vantage point. To what extent they've gone to, you're unsure. As well, the town, in terms of guards, is fairly quiet. There's no real presence of a large kind of force just patrolling everywhere. It seems to be fairly mundane. And nothing seems to happen above either. But now that you are closer, the mountain sort of hides some of it, but you can see within that Aurora Borealis beyond the actual mountain, every so often as it flickers and dances, you can see the edges of that building, that kind of like institution that represents the soothsaying nimbus, just appearing and then disappearing as though it is an illusion itself. Only because you have such a keen eye on this roll, you can see it. Normally, it's not really present.
Yeah, I think Jordan's just gonna kind of stay in this room. And she's gonna inspect the silk a bit more, just to see what else she can learn from it. Other than that, she's just sharpening her weapons and preparing herself for the next day.
Okay.
Are we taking shifts while we're sleeping, guys? We probably should. Low-key, we probably should.
We probably should.
Yeah.
Although this guy seems fine.
Everybody else on the outside might not be.
Well, Bob is still outside, I think.
True. I'll
And-
give a Oh wait, no. He
but-
doesn't.
Where did we put
Oh, my
Duncan?
horse.
We have a
Where's
crow.
Duncan?
You summoned a
Oh,
crow.
I do. I will place my crow somewhere a little bit more obscure and command it to alert us if there is an aggressor coming to the house, basically.
Okay. Then, for each one of your creatures that you have out there, if you could roll a perception check, so that would be for Duncan as well.
Okay.
So
was a
Duncan,
plus
Bob, and the
3.
crow.
I gotta pull up
I
Duncan's
actually
thing.
have
Give me one
stuff for
second.
this. Yay.
Dun, dun, dun.
Way!
I mean, stuff.
Rolls a nat
For
one.
the win.
In
I
that.
gotta
Don't jinx it. man.
No,
I gotta pull
I'm
Duncan's thing, hold on.
manifesting.
It was perception?
Wait,
Yes.
Yes.
So here's wisdom.
perception?
How much
Okay.
is plus for a horse?
Honestly? He's got good fucking wisdom.
Damn.
So it's this plus this. Okay. This is Duncan.
Guys,
Yeah.
wait, this is kind of crazy. For perception, they
Plus
get like
100.
imagine. No, it's like a
For
double
Duncan.
the proficiency bonus. So it's
Damn.
gonna be 8.
Slay.
Let's see this roll.
No.
Builds up the hype. No hype. Okay.
Damn it.
Your mounts and the creatures outside are taking their turns and kind of keeping an eye out for you on a passive level. Do you guys still wish to take turns? Okay. We'll say you can take 2 rounds. So who wants to take the first one and who wants to take the second?
I'll take the second.
Okay.
I'll take the
I can do the
first.
first.
Okay, so
Over.
Mobius and Thorn for the first.
I'll take a shift with then,
Okay.
and then we'll get some of the NPCs to finish it off.
Sure. So 2 of you and 2 of you kind of pairing off. Kind of changing the 2 teams that were here before. You go off. Is there anything else you wish to do before you begin your long rest?
Cry a little. Let's see. I do not have alarm.
I did have an idea. It doesn't necessarily need to be role played out or anything, but Thorn
Sure.
wants Wrath to be like alert instead of asleep now.
Okay.
But again, doesn't have to be role played out.
You want me to wake up now?
This is the most dangerous part of the plan.
I sense mages.
We'll have a chance to kill them.
What is outside of these walls?
Thorn's gonna just look towards the. Oh my God! You just said their name. The mountain. The mountain where the. You pointed out the thing. Oh my God!
saying
I'm so
numbers.
bad at this. Yes.
And you see just kind of like snarls in their direction. That I smell. I know it. Why do I know it?
Spell.
Home. It
I'm gonna blow my head off.
smells like home.
the Fey realm?
Yes. But not just Fey realm. Your home.
Awesome! Great! Love that.
Why?
Me. I don't know why. This is the first I'm hearing of this.
They are culpable. They have done something. I know it.
Would you
We
be up for
must
killing
find
them?
why.
Okay.
Be careful, Thorn. These monsters are not from here. They are not us.
I know.
Do
They are
not
less than-
trust him. Do not listen to the lies.
Wasn't planning on it.
Good. Our home depends on it.
What? What do you mean? What do you mean it depends on it? That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. Okay. Sure, yeah. Our home depends on it. Place I've never been to.
Now that you've activated or woken him inside of you, you can definitely begin to sense that the surrounding area, it reeks of something that shouldn't really belong. There's just a sense, like a shudder.
Can I tell if it's like just this house? Like if I creak open a window, it's a different smell, or is it just everywhere?
Roll a Arcana or Nature check.
Arcana or nature? Why am I so shit at both of them? I'll do nature. Why not?
All right.
Fuck.
You're unsure. It's hard to say
Cool.
where it's coming from specifically, but you've never felt this before. Being in this area, at least, now that Wrath is active inside of you, your Were-Tiger transformation, who is attuned with the world at large, you feel it kind of spike.
Okay. Interesting.
Anyone else before the long rest? Anything you'd like to do? Okay. Then we'll enter the long rest where you are taking your turns, keeping watch. The first ones to go is Thorn and Mobius. If the two of you could roll perception checks whilst you are on your kind of lookout. Is there anything you'd like to do during this? In terms of RP between yourselves?
I got -1s. I'm so sorry.
Wait, what?
I forgot that I have -1s to my roll still. I'm so
Oh.
sorry. I forgot.
It's fine. It's only one.
Is this the last day?
It is the day.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
Lord.
It's the day.
We'll pray for you. Thorn's not really wanting to talk to anybody right now. She's literally angsty teen staring out of a window.
Sure. Mobius, for you?
Mobius, I feel like he's kind of just like walking around, maybe like cleaning up a bit after the dinner, just like still going through those motions and seeing if like, yep, everything's still here, like I remember where everything is and just like tweaking out a little bit.
Whilst you are cleaning around and going through the house, you see that Carsten is still awake and he's kind of like doing the same, and he's mumbling to himself, I know I shouldn't let strangers in. I know you'd probably be really angry at me right now, but I just had to. And, you know, I just been so alone since you've been gone. It's just nice to have people around. And thank. Are you cleaning up?
Oh, yes, I
You
mean,
don't have to. No.
no, we make a mess. You can't
He
clean
kind
it
of
up
like
by
looks
yourself.
at you. This place is already a mess.
Ah,
You're fine.
Are are you all right? I know this is kind of a lot out of nowhere.
It's okay. We have to adapt to things that are coming, you know. It's just the way life is. Things change all the time, and we gotta be ready for that. You, oh no, I shouldn't pry. I'm sorry. But
No,
thanks.
no, it's fine.
I was just gonna say, you okay? I know I don't really know you much, but you seem, I don't know, something sad. Something seems to rock you a little bit.
I'm just, I guess you could say I got a little turned around. I'm from here,
Oh, really?
actually. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, I do not remember if I introduced myself in all the chaos. I'm Mobius. Um, if you've had any dealings with the Artisan Guild, maybe you've heard of me?
No, sorry, I've not been there in a long time. I've stayed here mostly. I've got a couple of friends there, but no, I've not seen you before. I've not heard your name pass by. But you know what? Your name, your friends, they're a little bit more quiet, but I understand. They're tired and whatnot. So, but thank you, Mobius. Thanks for sharing. Would you like to sit down for a bit and just join me for a moment outside? We don't have to talk or anything.
Yeah, sure thing.
Okay. And he'll just kind of walk downstairs, sit in the same seat he always does. This time, in fact, leaving the seat that he sat in earlier and goes to the other one. Just kind of like gestures and sits down. I know it's dazzling and bright and beautiful to look at. Sometimes I get a little reflective, I guess, whenever I look at it. They say that these lights are almost like a life itself, you know? And I like to think that every little wave, every little dazzle of light is someone just saying hello.
Well, that's a nice way to think about it.
Yeah. It's something my wife used to say. She always saw and you see he goes a bit quiet. She was very perceptive. She saw the beauty in everything. Even me. Come on, look at me.
Don't say that about yourself.
I know. But she was so expressive, so joyful that looking at these lights, it just reminds me of her, I guess. I hadn't looked at them in so long, it's just sometimes it hurts. Even though I know they're saying hello, it still hurts. Just because I can't touch them.
Yeah, but, you know, they're still there. Maybe they're out of reach, but You can always say hello back.
He just kind of puts a hand out. Hi.
Also, like, joins in, like, waves at the stars.
I hope you're both all right up there. I miss you both. And you just kind of like sit there.
Yeah, just kind of sit in silence and I'll let him have a moment.
Mm-hmm. Unless you wish to bring up anything, he'll probably just sit there in silence for the rest until eventually heading off to bed.
Yeah, probably just enjoy the moment.
Okay. Then the next leg of this kind of lookout, we have Ven and Fennel. Two of you, if you could roll perception checks. Okay.
Damn.
Noted. Is there anything you guys wish to discuss whilst you have a moment?
Was I sleeping before this, or?
With the nature of how the long rest works and going on these sorts of watches, we'll say yes, you were asleep before, and then you get stirred awake just to kind of keep an eye out for half an hour, and then go back to sleep afterwards.
Looking around for a conveniently placed information from my kids, like, where it at, bro? It's been a bit. Where's this eldritch knowledge? But if not, just talk to Fennel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess it might be kind of trying to make normal conversation, trying to not think too much about where we are and what to do next and where the distraction party might be.
Okay. Then, as you have just a light conversation, just to catch up and think about what to do next, you have your long rest. You do not see anything during your night watches. Then, as the clock strikes morning and the sun begins to rise, you feel this influence take over your mind and your breath. Almost your lungs feel different. Your breathing is different, and you feel this kind of heat exhale from you. You are now in a memory of a time that was not yours. You can see a moment of pacing, as though you are walking in their eyes and looking through their memories. At points, these golden columns that decorate the interior of this lavish and very long hallway reflect, and you can see in the reflections the odd left of you and right of you draconic and tiefling elements that make up a kiss's form. Walking and continuing through, there is a large double door that you push open with both hands. As you push it open, you see this large and impressive room that can only be described as a almost theater, as though it is you're walking from the backstage and appear on the front stage straight away, as there is a large open space in front of you and then a cascading sets of long benches where hundreds, if not thousands, of people would sit to see either a lecture or some sort of stage performance of kind. But in this instance, it's been modified with items and furniture that seem to hover and move around to different positions. You see bookshelves, workstations, all decorated and placed in a pristine, almost formulaic pattern. for ease of use. They're all floating and moving around on these crystal orbs that you've seen many times before. They are basically swimming in the sky and placing themselves where need be. As a kiss enters this room, there is a voice that can be heard, just talking to themselves. Off to the left, his attention turns and looks over. And what you can see through his eyes is an elven woman that represents a summer's breeze. Light umbra of kind of aqua blue hair, long and behind her pointed ears, running past and down her back. An elegant smile across her face, accentuated with very deep dimples on both sides, and bright blue eyes to accent all of that. Imagine if she had massive pimples, that'd have been odd. A long summer's dress with a lace bottom trim at the kind of heels of it all, collared in golden and kind of copper orange, like a warm sun. Her skin is youthful and vibrant, with an ageless sense about her. Her pose is elegant. She looks no older than 35, but with a posture that holds many more years of experience behind them. She is currently holding a tome in her hand, walking around and pacing the room. That echoes slightly as her heels kind of hit against the stonework below, and she just begins to read. Between the astral shores is a power untold. All that follows is song that can never be remembered. A tune distorted by the echoes of pain. Kamara's last symphony. Closes the book that she's holding. A kiss. Do you ever find yourself thinking of home? A kiss entering. Marez, you know I chose to forget because we can never go back. I thought all of this was by the wayside now. And I thought all of those texts were gone. I still had my personal prefects. The other tomes, yes, were destroyed, that is true. To forget is a power in itself, really. I do not need that power, and thus I will carry this knowledge with me. It is a burden that you walk with, my friend. I could never remember. I can't remember. But could you tell me something from the past? Of course, Akiz. You're my oldest friend. Was I a good person? Being good or bad has no weight. Actions should not be taken on one extreme or the other. A kiss, you were terrible. A kiss, you were exceptional. A kiss is whomever they wish to be. She continues to pace around the room as a kiss follows, looking at some of the books that are on the shelves and down at the stations that are working. Could you roll a perception check?
Yes, sir. Free. Perception. 23. 19.
Okay. You can see books of different languages that are displayed in sort of a order of events. You can see what is clearly being told within these bookshelves, the passage of time. The first book at the top left is probably when time began. At the very bottom is their end. And you can see etched above them, written in almost a sequence of numbers, different spaces. Could you roll a history check at advantage?
Sure. boss.
Oh
That's
my
not gonna help
God.
me much. I have a +0 in that. That was 2-5.
With a 5, looking and taking it all in, it's a lot in the moment. But you can see there are many of these bookshelves spattered around. And even some, as he turns and is admiring this large amphitheater, there are some even almost ordered in like a filing system above. Like there is hundreds of them in rows of these like bookshelves with books that are fully complete and some that are missing pieces or elements to them. But he just kind of like wanders and looks around and then back towards her. You are tortured by what must be done? As your friend, Akis, please do not ask me for stories of the future, for you to only then tell me to rid them of your mind again. There is a pause between the two as they kind of look at each other as though they've been in this position once before. I will not carry that burden of seeing your eyes lose a spark of light every time the truth is revealed. The two of them grow silent, and Akis is now kind of pacing around, looking towards his feet. There's this lingering feeling that perhaps what we're doing is the wrong thing. But then I think about my own lack of judgment and come to the realization that it doesn't matter. There is only one way, and it is not forward or back, but sideways. You talk about the end. Are you fully prepared for what that will mean for all of us? Everyone in this academy, including you? Not even with a pause, you see Myra's answer straight away. We have ventured and seen what the Ebelite is capable of. How many worlds have we seen that are torn apart by the actions of these mistakes? I will tell you this in confidence, Akis, because you are the only one that shares my pain, my home. I have looked at every possibility, every world, and the only option. And there's a moment where you feel those words just warble as he is now holding his head, hands gripping them. I'm sorry, I'm too much of a coward to know the truth. I'm just not prepared. I never will be. And as he's holding his head, you can see that she is currently seemingly cast some sort of removed memory spell that has removed the last bit of information she has just told him by his request. How do you live on knowing, orchestrating something that I can't even think about? I can't have these memories in my head clearly, but how do you? Does it not hurt? Does it not hurt knowing? A kiss. There will come a time where all of it will be clear. This is but one step towards the goal of making Kamara's will a reality. We cannot let the Everlight or any of them get in the way of that. That show must go on. For Kulthayek, for all of us. Yes, of course. I'll continue to look through the realities for possible candidates. Thank you for your time, Mariz. As he's walking away, You see she'll speak up as he's about to leave, still kind of rubbing his eyes and trying to reflect on the conversation. He stops at the door as he begins to say something, and then he kind of holds his tongue. She then speaks. There is a Kurthiek where we will make our final stand, but we have several clicks until that day passes. Train the recruits, and I will guide us on the right path. Until that time comes, a kiss. You will have to trust me. As he stands there, holding onto the door, looking down the hallway to all of these students, all of these other members of this society moving around, holding tomes and talking and as though it's some sort of school. Yet you know the truth, Ben. This is like a militia. This is someone trying to change the world. This isn't somewhere to learn. He looks at it, and then he pauses. One last thing, Maris. Thank you for being my friend. And although I do not remember anything of our home, I know it's gone. You are the only thing left to whatever made me happy. And I hope when all of this is over, you could show me what you remember of it. Perhaps there is something I can show you. You deserve something to fight for. Alacrity mentis vivinum, and you see this spell take place as you enter this sort of memory, a memory and a memory from someone else's perspective. As you are now diving deep. You are no longer in this academy, this kind of soothsaying nimbus type place. Instead, you now find yourself in a bright and brilliant world where the night sky is clear, not a speck of a cloud, not a faint eeriness of smog. It is the clearest of clear you can get. Sprinkled through the sky, dazzling golden lights all dancing. The clarity is so refined, you feel these lights are within touching distance. The climate is neither warm nor cold, it is bliss. The breeze is inviting, and something on it is infectious. Even the various trees, mountains, and rivers follow a universal rhythm that cannot be ignored, that shouldn't be ignored, that doesn't deserve to be ignored. There is only one structure here. A singular, massive building that resembles a metropolis. It is impressive because the building cannot truly exist. Something about its vertical form and its overall inverted conical shape defies physics. The structure resembles an upside-down volcano. The reason I say volcano is because it is made off of black basalt that comprises the exterior of this funnel shape. People walk from seemingly nowhere behind you. Yet, for this memory, they are unimportant. There is no shape or contours. They are just this amorphous shape that exists, that had existed, and had walked where they walk. All of them are guided, including yourself, by an essence of blue light that comes in and out like a wave of fresh sea foam. The hint of smell is inviting, and it draws you into the mountain, this inverted mountain. It all goes dark as the memory shifts to the point of interest in this moment. You are seated amongst other bodies. You could hear a pin drop, but you know there are thousands, no, millions of people all sat around in this conical shape, ascending behind you, descending in front of you, all looking down on one singular light that shines onto a center stage. Because you are so high up, they are incredibly small, but it is one figure that steps and places themselves. A woman, a stool, a harp. These three things are the only things that are here. And you begin to hear a music play from the harp. A music just undulating from it. A rhythm that is soft, that is soothing. It is euphoria. The sound brings a emotion. It is emotion. A wellspring of it just gathering and sharing for everyone to listen. It is the purest thing that anyone could conceive. And this music continues until it just fades. And you see a kiss. His eyes look through, looking towards this elven figure. Was that Kamara? And you see she nods. We're from where she's from. And she nods again. I'll keep this memory. I'm glad. And you wake up then. You all have a long rest.
Okay.
It is now the next day.
What's happened?
He just immediately grabs for the nearest piece of paper and is gonna try to jot down the notes he heard of that song.
Mm-hmm.
Just from remembering it, from memory of a memory.
Sure.
Is Fidel around?
I assume you're sharing.
It's not. I don't think it's a very big house, and he hasn't snuck off anywhere. So
Just turns to him. The butterfly pin?
oh,
Perhaps
um,
keep it a bit hidden while we're here.
sure, okay. And yeah, without question, it will take it out of his hair and put it into a pocket.
Mm-hmm.
It's... Remember what I told you about getting that knowledge from? And that it would take a bit?
Yeah.
It happened.
Okay. Do you know anything useful?
Ish, sort of. I know. Well, I'm assuming I saw who their leader was. Remind me, that name sounded familiar. I think it was told to us before that this is the. I know.
Exultant Myrez is the leader of the Susang Nimbus.
Yeah. Okay, I did remember correct. Just so I'm not flipping through my notebook. I know how they look like now.
Good. What do they look like? Or is this a conversation we should be having with everyone?
Conversation we probably shouldn't be having here.
Okay.
I know some of their intentions now, but their leader is not from here.
Where are they from then?
Apparently, wherever from the goddess they worship is from.
Right. Okay. More freaky, weird, planar stuff. Lovely.
Yep.
Fine. Any clue as to how we fight them?
One idea, but we have our hands full.
We always have our hands full.
Priorities.
For now, you have this sort of feeling in your bag that something is different. Maybe it's a weight distribution thing, but it's just off.
I'll try to adjust my bag.
You adjust. You take a moment to kind of look in as well. And the rock that you've been carrying of a Corthena mortal, you can see is shedding sand.
Shedding sand.
Yeah.
Like, So what does it still look like a rock and it's just sand leaking out of it somehow?
It's almost like it's eroding, kind
Okay.
of. But it hasn't
Okay.
really lost much of its physical size, although it definitely seems a little diminished because your bag is now filled with more sand than you would expect to come off of it if it was shaving.
Yeah, okay, fine. Kind of need to hold on to it as well.
I'm gonna step outside for a moment if you want privacy with all that.
Privacy with your stones.
What do you mean privacy? I don't know what to do with a bag full of sand.
Yeah, maybe just don't spill it everywhere, preferably.
Try not to. Fennel will pick up the rock.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the piece of Katana Immortal. I felt like I could have tapped into it before, couldn't I?
There was something, yeah.
And that only to an extent that I felt like I could activate it. Can I get any kind of inkling or feeling if it's losing potency or if it's becoming unstable?
You get the sense that it's not becoming unstable or losing potency. It's perhaps adapting to the climate. There's something about this area which is causing it to change.
Okay. So other than giving me a pocket full of sand, potentially not a problem.
Damn, this place is weird as fuck. Let me just shit sand. What?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So I don't like being a rock anymore. I'm changing. And it takes a lot of sand to change.
I will never conform.
Yeah.
Okay. I will. Oh, for God's sake, what am I going to do with it? I'm going to keep it in my bag.
Sure.
I'm going to step outside and find a corner where I can dispose of the sand.
Okay.
Dispose of the body.
Yeah, like I don't know what the waste system is for this city, but
Not good.
Out of all the things we get arrested for loitering,
Yeah.
god damn.
no, exactly. If there's like a bin I can throw stuff in,
Yeah,
I'd
there
rather
is.
throw the sand in there. Right.
Sure. You take it away. What items do you have with you for now?
Oh,
Okay.
sake.
Son of a bitch.
Alright, open up the bag.
Several knives.
As a rogue would have.
You keep them in your
to be
bag?
expected.
Yeah.
Well, I keep them
Don't
on me
you?
more so. Well, no, I probably had some regular daggers in my bag. I've got a little bit of a collection now. I don't
One
think I keep them all
thing
on my person.
you definitely have in there that had something that was different before is the silk that you picked up.
Oh yeah.
The phase spider silk. You see it almost lose its abilities altogether.
Huh.
As though it just
Magic.
becomes...
Is it absorbing it?
seems to just become like regular silk. There's no properties to it that glow or have that sort of vibrancy to them. There's no phasing that seems to happen either.
Shit, man, chuck that at the soothsaying nimbus. Just all of their magic.
Yeah, just use it as a garret and just.
Is it all gone?
No. When you're
Okay.
talking about the silk,
Yeah, the silk.
the silk is all gone, yeah. That's all.
Okay,
That's all
so
seemingly
it's just
turned
regular.
inert.
So it's just regular silk now.
Seems so.
Let me rename that to just regular silk.
You empty the sand out of the bag? Or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna empty the sand into a bin somewhere.
Do you examine the silk when you pull it out as well?
If I'm outside
Yeah.
of the building, no, I'll examine it in the bag.
Hmm.
Take a note that it's seemingly lost its magical property, and keep it in there.
Okay. As you empty the sand out into the bin, you look back in the bag, and you can see that the phase silk returns back to what it was before.
Get the sand back, get the sand
That
back.
sort of hum
Oh, right. Okay.
returns.
All right, I'll start shoveling the sand
I
back
don't
into my bag.
What's happening?
As you start
When
into
who
the
also
bin.
wanted to
Shovel
go
out
to,
too much of it.
and who also wanted to go outside, just watching like. Okay.
As you're like
I do weird
in,
things too. It's a compromise.
as you're in the bin, you see a neighbor kind of look out. Carsten, is everything okay? Looking at the bin, imagining it's Carsten. Your legs look much. Have you been working out?
Oh, like they're not making eye contact.
But yeah. He just throws a thumbs up.
Oh, okay. Must be some sort of new diet. Oh, okay, well, I'll see you later. And he just heads out.
Bye.
Lord.
I got to mention it to
Quickly
my
gets all the
partner.
sand back in, and it's like, right, okay, I got a bag full of sand now, and goes back inside.
Mhm.
He's gonna find Ven. Is that right? Okay.
Who
Do you
was
have
outside?
a sack or something that I can use?
Not one that can be used here. Not really.
Okay. The sand
Why?
seems to subdue magic.
Oh, you meant, I thought you meant like you want a new bag after yours was filled with,
Well, I want you bag for the sand.
well, I can empty out my water skin and give it to you.
How much sand is there?
Yeah, good question.
How much sand is there after
Could it-
one evening? There's probably about 4 kilos worth.
Jesus!
Damn!
What the hell?
Actually, is
so
that-
4
much
kilos isn't a
fucking
lot, guys.
sand?
No,
It's
no,
not a
it's not.
lot.
Well, no, that's not. It sounds like a lot, but in
like 1
volume, it's
kilo
probably
is
not.
like
That's like-
less than your fist. That's like 1 kilo. They've got
Okay.
sandbags
What?
that are 1 kilos.
Okay.
Roughly.
Sorry, 1 kilo of flour is this much. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
sand is about the same.
It's not that
Do you
much.
know how?
That 4 kilos of sand is about 2.5 liters.
I think
That's
we're
not a lot.
freaking out about the wrong thing here.
It's not massive.
Could it fit in a water skin?
That's why he
No,
noticed
no,
it in the
you-
bag,
that's like-
because it's just like
It's just
slightly.
over 3 bottles of wine's worth.
Yeah. It's not a lot.
I love that that's your mode of
Yeah,
measurement.
he's French. Okay.
It's easy to visualize
He's
the
an alcoholic.
size of a bottle of wine.
It's like 2 baguettes. It's all right.
Oh,
Wait,
don't do
what?
that.
A water
Sorry.
skin can hold up to 4 pints of liquid, which... What the fuck does that mean?
4 pints and liters. It's probably like, yeah, it's just under 2 liters.
Yeah, it's not much. It's not much.
What?
Well, we could
Okay.
get 2 water skins.
Yeah, but I think it's still shedding more. It's
What is
still
that?
shedding.
Okay, well that's slightly worrying. Why do we want to keep the sand again?
Because it seems to subdue magical properties.
Mind if I keep some then?
I mean, if
Yeah,
you want a
let's-
water skin's worth of sand, I'll give you a water skin's worth of sand.
Sure, pour it in.
Yeah, okay. I'll give Ven a water skin's worth of sand.
Okay.
We are normal. This is common. We are normal
Yep.
people.
Don't worry about it.
So I'm
Um,
down to like a liter.
Okay. Ben, as you pour it into your watering skin, what items do you have with you?
In like on me entirely,
Yeah.
or a pocket plain ring, which doesn't work anyways.
Hmm.
A fate spinner pendant.
The pocket
The
plain ring
bracelet I
seems
got
to
from-
work as soon as the sand passes by your hand as you're putting it into the watering skin.
Oh, wait, that's the opposite.
Are you sure it disables, man?
I mean, it did to something else that I've got in my bag.
Well, I could just activate my plain pocket ring, which I haven't been able to do since we've been here, so maybe
Okay.
it's based on who's holding it
I
or
don't know.
what. Okay, I wanted to test something else out, so you figure out what it's doing and maybe ask Mobius.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Did we tell him about the rock that may explode in any moment? It might be a part of the Carthaean immortal thing.
We didn't tell him a lot of things.
No, you absolutely not. But
No,
it seems like a regular
Definitely-
Tuesday,
definitely
so
Yep.
It's not an imminent problem thing to reveal.
Yeah. Paven's gonna stay outside, and just when like nobody's really around, he's gonna try just humming, see if
Mhm.
there's anything that happens, any of the displacement that usually does, or does he feel resistance?
You feel. Roll a charisma check at advantage.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Oof.
Oosh. You feel your voice is almost affected as well by the same sort of lingering presence that this area has. There's something suffocating, a feeling you don't like.
A nice one.
Yeah.
Can he try the same thing, but just with the song he heard? A bit quieter.
We'll say the same thing. You try, but your voice doesn't really seem to carry as much as you would hope. Maybe it's a performance thing, perhaps notes are off, or perhaps nothing is supposed to happen. Bless you. Bless you.
Bless you again.
Thank you.
Alright, he's gonna then go back inside.
Okay. Fennel, you're looking for Mobius. Thorn and Mobius, what are you guys doing as you wake up?
Well, I can't metagame and check my own silk, so I don't know. Just probably looking out the window again, making sure, nothing
Okay.
suspicious, any side of the action group.
You look out the window. We'll say you're staying in the same area as Mobius. Mobius, is there anything that you want to do in the morning as you wake up? Existential crisis cry? Apart from those, anything else?
Just, check up on Bob, go through the motions, just like, this is normal, this happens to people, right? It's like, this place is weird as fuck, it can happen.
Bob just looks at you and shakes his head.
You see what everybody? But yeah, just kind of, maybe try to, get up and see what everyone else is up to.
Okay. Well, you have Fennel enter the room that you guys are in. Fennel?
Hi, Mobius. I need a little bit of help.
What can I help with?
I will take out a fistful of sand.
Huh?
Could you tell me what this is? And don't say sand.
Well, upon first look, it appears as sand, but I can take a closer
Don't
look.
say sand.
Yeah, just extend his own hand to it.
You extend your hand out. Roll an Arcana check.
Arcana check.
Yeah.
Yes, my good
What
sir.
state is your matrix in this morning?
Ooh. That's a great question because I feel like it was in primal this entire time. So, yeah.
Okay. Sticking with?
It would be kind of a dick move to change it now when after you told me I need to do an Arcana check and I have a conveniently Arcana powered matrix. So, yeah, we'll just stick with primal. I'm a man of integrity.
Sure. You're also a man without a house. So,
Oh my
And whose fault is that? Whose fault is that?
me?
Shots fired.
So, as you look at the sand that is being presented in front of you, there is something that looks fairly mundane with it. Nothing outside of the ordinary. There's no presence, no sort of looming sort of threat that you can see. It looks like it's been picked up from the beach. But there is a big but. Not in the sand. No one's sculpted anything, but you can see that there is a resonance coming from your matrix, from your chest, in relation to the sand itself, to the point as Fennel brings it closer, you feel oddly calmed
Mm-hmm.
and a tad bit of fear.
How do I feel both at the same time?
The way that I describe the feeling is acceptance.
Oh,
So like death. Like
I was about to say, is it going to kill me if I touch it? Oh hell no, brother! Steps back. Okay, let's.
What? He hands it out and takes it a step closer. What is it? I need you to look at this.
I can't say for certain, but I feel that if I come in contact with that, I will die.
I'll put this back in my bag then.
What's happening?
Do you want to look at the sand?
Yeah. And she goes and walks over and looks at it.
Okay. You see, because you've activated Wrath.
Oh, Lord.
Why does he have a piece of a Corthain immortal?
We went over this, so I don't know.
And why is it bleeding?
It's bleeding. Yeah, you know what? Interesting thing. It's actually bleeding. That's its blood.
Oh. It's sandy. How do you know it's bleeding?
Wrath told me.
Oh, right, yeah, that makes sense.
Because, you know, both things are Corthain Immortal-esque
Yeah.
things, so, yeah.
Yeah, I should have
Hey,
asked
do you know who
first.
this guy is? Like, she points at the rock.
You just hear in your head a groan. Yes. It is the
We
creature that
can
makes up
try.
all of the worlds that put together in one and call itself Corthaic.
Right. Right. Did we know that? I genuinely can't remember. I think we know that.
I think we do.
Okay. Cool.
Can you ask Wrath how to make it stop bleeding? Because it doesn't sound good.
Yeah, what he said.
Like a speakerphone coming from your mouth, the voice emanates. No, I do not know why, but it's probably to do with this place, this foreign entity. The lights aren't meant to be here. This soothsaying Nimbus, neither. And then for a moment, he looks at you, and Thorn's hand points directly at Finel. And you, I do not know if you are them or us.
Them are ass? Is that what he said?
Us.
Ass, yeah, we're
Us.
saying the same thing.
Is that better?
I love rage baiting this dude. Okay.
I don't think I'm a Corthain immortal, if that's what you mean.
No, idiot. That is not what I'm saying.
Well, I don't know what you mean by us then.
You see, he begins to like rage. For a moment, there's like elements of Thorn that become into the wear tie, but then diminish as he's just kind of like frustrated in this moment.
Hey, I have a handful of blood. I will throw it.
No, do not throw blood on me. I'm the Corthain immortal. But that sand, it is home.
Everything is home. You know what? Everything's home. The soothsaying Nimbus is home. The sand, blood is home. Everything's home. What do you mean everything is home?
Thorn, what entombs our home is sand.
Oh.
This sand.
Okay.
If this sand is entombing your home, how is it blood?
It is parts of a Corthane immortal that have been misused, that have been warped. Layers and layers of this world are hidden by rock, by skin of an immortal. This is as if you were to grate your skin. It still hides under the surface.
Okay. I think I see what you mean.
Yeah, does that
Do
answer
I
your
need
question?
to stop this thing from bleeding?
You will not be able to. It is the confines of this space we find ourselves in.
Yeah. Should I be concerned?
We shall all be concerned.
Okay, good.
Oh, Lord.
Do we basically have a
Have
ticking time bomb, Max? Is this what you're telling us?
He's told us this from the beginning.
Never
No,
I
looked
know.
it's a ticking. It's a bomb. It's not a ticking time bomb. It's a
Well,
bomb.
now it is.
Now
Now
it
it
might
is.
be.
It's a bomb with an extremely short fuse.
Extremely sandy fuse.
So what do we do with it now?
So, should I do something with this? Is it gonna be a problem?
Looks like it's gonna be a problem.
There is too much going on to know what is the right answer. You are here with a mission, yet clearly there is other issues at large. Prioritize.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to gather. Do I need to prioritize this?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, that's pretty bad.
I would say forget about the woman and deal with this instead.
We can't really do that.
No.
And that is your
That's
choice.
not really.
Actually, wait. I think I've got an idea.
Oh, Lord.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Fuck.
Lord.
No. Don't be on his
I
side.
like
I have a feeling
ideas.
Ben walks into
Fennel-
that sentence and is just, oh, okay.
Fennel starts looking around for something with a good reflection,
Okay, yeah.
Oh God.
and he's looking for the cape.
Mm-hmm. You have not looked for the cape in a long time.
Yep, I know.
Can you roll a persuasion check?
Shocking.
You still have a reroll if you wish to use it, but that'll be it for the day.
Yeah, I will reuse it
Okay.
because I haven't got any other ideas of what to do with this.
Now
thing.
remind me, is this the last day you have access to these rerolls? Was it 10 days or 5?
I thought
It was a week.
It was a week.
Yeah.
So you still have a couple. No, today would be the last day.
Fuck.
Yeah. So today is the last one.
Use them up.
You expend your final use of your kind of possibility to change fate with a 35.
25?
Well, it's plus 10.
Plus a 10.
Oh, right, yeah.
So you reach out into the reflection of this mirror, where there is a small photo to the bottom left of a small child, long gone. What do you say, or what do you do to reach out?
I'm trying to remember his name now. Because I think I learnt it as well.
You did that, yeah.
I did learn it. Saved it somewhere. I'll just say I need help. Please, I need help.
In the reflection, you see this red cloak just float by as though it's floating in an endless sea. But you only see the reflection as it appears between everyone. No one else can see this cloak except for Fennel. It hovers. Is there anything you do, Fennel?
I want to push. I want to push the rock toward the picture frame and say, I need you to hold on to this.
Okay. You press it against.
Against the picture frame.
Yeah. You try, it's solid matter. It doesn't go through. It cannot push in. Can you roll an Arcana
Okay.
check?
Eight.
Okay. You have been able to push through because you've been on the other side, and there was some connection between you and the mislaid mullion to allow you to get there in the first place. This instance, you struggle to find it because this thing is of this world and probably cannot leave this world. So to push it through, it feels almost like an impossibility. Yet, one thing I will point out. This is solid material. Yet, where the soothsaying nimbus flies and floats, isn't. That is a place you can reach. And probably you could take that in there with you. The ramifications to what might happen if you do, who knows?
Right. So what if I go in with it in hand? It might come in.
It might push through. You also, because you know that the soothsaying nimbus lies within the mislaid mullion, that perhaps your cloak can be reached to there as well. You are in the spot where those two, this world and the in-between, merge and almost kind of fold onto each other. This is the closest you can ever get to reaching that spot you were once before for now. But the only way you can get there is through that space where the soothsaying nimbus is.
By that, do you mean this whole city, or
No, so
well, it's specifically
where
like
the Aurora Borealis is, where the light
Okay.
shines, that is where the two spaces intersect.
Okay. Right. Okay. I'll peel away the connect. I'll stop trying to push the rock in and just kind of say I need to try something different. But thank you for coming. I'll
You,
call you
as
soon.
you're holding the rock there and for a moment kind of feel it not work, there's almost a press against the glass, this reflective material where the cloak is almost putting their hand against to try and touch yours.
He'll nudge his hand so that he can touch the cloaks.
You all see these fingers push through as though they themselves are the cloth. Red fingers just intersecting and holding onto Fennel's hand. Fennel, you feel like you could probably pull it out if you wanted to.
Oh, I will.
You grab and pull and pull and pull. Can you roll a intelligence saving throw? The rest of you watch this happening.
Yeah, like, should we say something? Or...
17.
This red hand holding on to Fennel, you grab and pull backwards. As you pull, more and more layers of this fabric come out of this glass, as though a magician's trick or a slit in the glass was there and pulling it through. You pull and pull, and the entire cloak comes free and wraps itself around your shoulders and holds itself there and hovers and floats as though you yourself are underwater, now clasped and holding on. It is no longer in the mislaid mullion, it has pulled itself free.
Holy shit. Okay.
Uh,
That wasn't what it was trying to do. But I also promised I'd get it out, so that's good.
I'm sorry, what's happening now?
This is
What's going on?
Well, this is a friend. It's okay.
You see the cloak, the tail of it kind of whip up and just go back and forth and then pull back down.
What the fuck?
Okay, what? A friend?
You know what? More allies. Why not? I will not ask any questions.
Yep, we could use the help.
So is like the situation with the rock solved now, or do we just have an extra friend?
You see...
Yeah, it was just completely random.
Yeah, no, I don't know what to do about the rock. I wouldn't worry about the cloak. Do I have pockets?
You look on the cloak for pockets, and pockets just appear.
Okay, I'll put the rock in one of the pockets, just because I feel like the cloak. I don't know. I'm guessing here, but I'm hoping the cloak can
As
help
you put it
contain
in the
it.
pocket, you see it goes flush and almost kind of disappears amongst the cloak.
Yeah, I've no idea if that means the
Did you
rock
just
is in
steal
any
that?
better condition.
You know what?
You see the
Out of
cloak
sight, out of
come up,
mind.
and then a thumb appears out.
It's like a human hand appears out of the cloak, or no?
Yeah.
Just the cloak turns into a...
But it's all seemingly one, as though itself is like one large piece of skin, but it's fabric and cloth. But whenever it pushes out,
Say that. That's
what it
worse.
looks like.
Why'd you pull that thing out? That's so disgusting.
At
Fucking
one
cloak
point, it
MVP.
gives
Yeah.
Fennel a kind of neck rub,
Oh yeah, that feels good.
Down the fucking.
grabs his ass.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Stop projecting, man.
This is the only way!
I have a max blanket now.
I'm gonna throw up.
I don't think you have a cloak on top of a cloak as well. Oh lord.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're gonna need to choose one.
The one that gropes me or the one that turns me invisible?
Alright.
What is this?
No. I'm just... No.
It's just hides. It's push back. At this point, Thorn, since you were looking out of the window, you can see that Sienna is walking down the road towards the house.
Wait.
Thank fucking
Is
god.
it really Sienna, or does it just look like Sienna?
Dun dun.
We're gonna have to
find
find out.
next time.
I'm fucking
No,
aware.
no.
Yes. We need
do
Leone
you mean
for
next time?
Sienna. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So we'll need to see when Leone is available. Hopefully she'll be available next week. But that is today's session. We have completed. You are now all in the town/city proper. You have now found Mobius's home, and you are all resting in Mobius's home. But
Thanks,
yeah,
guys. Got it.
Oh, bro, it's gonna turn out that I'm the patient with dementia.
Oh no.
I think that might be the case. I don't want to like hash or anything, but I
Yeah.
think that's probably what's happening.
Yeah.
who knows? Write your theories down below in the comments. See what you think's happening, and you're probably wrong.
Okay.
But who knows? You might get it right. Some of the guys have been quite close with some theories in the past, so it's always good to hear them and see what everyone is thinking on the story at large. But that is us here today. Thank you very much for joining. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, follow us on Twitch. We are currently at 80 followers, so thank you everyone for watching us and following us on Twitch, as well at 125 subscribers as of today's date. So thank you very much. We appreciate all the love. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your weekend or whatever day it is when you're watching this. Share with some friends if you think they'll enjoy this sort of stuff. Yeah, we'll be playing again next Tuesday if you're watching this live. So join us for that as we continue with Threads of Chaos. We should be back next week. We'll see how the schedules all line up for everyone. And yeah, should we see you next time? Until then, have a lovely day.
Bye-bye.
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 Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Oh,
Bye, guys.
Lucia.
Bye, Reggie. Bye. Bye, Cassie. Bye.
Bye.
Uh,